That's not true. I need to open up. Okay,
Right.
we're good. We're good.
He's like, I'm totally ready. Ah, shit.
Yeah,
All right. Since we're in the process of getting ready, does anybody want to give me a recap on what happened last week?
Things and stuff.
Scribbles down. Big Tune is not allowed to make recaps.
Right. So you're gonna imagine this in like the voiceover from Pokemon. When last we left off, our adventurers found themselves with the bounty they had sought, making their way all the way back to the town of Tourmaline, dropping off the goods, or in hopes of dropping off the goods. We stopped at the Blue Clam and partied it up. Iibryn gave a wicked awesome show. He's not here right now to appreciate the pickle joke. Damn it! Ben made a pickle. Athros made a pickle joke. And
he explained that he liked turtles.
He explained. That's right. It was turtles. It's not pickles. It was turtles.
I said,
I like that
turtles.
it's pickles.
And we bedded down for the evening. I really want to cut short because I know we're about to get to the shit. Yeah, we bedded down for the evening. Parties separated in their respective parties.
We tried to make Iibryn bang.
We tried to make Iibryn saddle up with Attina, bunkmate style. No weird innuendo, even though, I mean, there was weird, we were underlying goofing around. And he fell asleep and made his way back. We are in the midst of being waken up in our sleep, which questions are going to be asked. At the moment, it sounds like a scuffle is being had out in the hallway. And the cries of Iibryn are echoing through the halls, waking us all up and jarring us to alertness. Quick question, God, before you jump off.
Yeah.
Did we have enough sleep? Because we did all fall asleep. He did fall asleep in the lobby. How long? Would you constitute that as a short rest?
So here is how I'm running rests, because that's how my DM runs them. If you are interrupted in your rest, I give people up to about an hour to be able to go back down to rest to get the equivalence of a long rest. Otherwise, if you stop now and were awake the whole time, it would be the equivalent of a short rest. So you can technically get your long rest if everyone goes back to sleep after whatever happens here, if people choose to. But if you don't, it would be the equivalent of a short rest, because it'd only be halfway through the night.
Wicked. Okay. Well, yeah, okay. So you're more than welcome to start off. I'm probably, depending on the situation, just for the shits and giggles, because we're awake, I'm going to utilize a short rest and then do my arcane recovery.
Okay. So,
I will have to figure it out.
We're going to pick it back into gear, starting with Iibryn, who had gone through some stuff on his own there, and is currently in the hallway of the inn, I believe, calling out to the party.
Yeah, my guy is on the floor, on his knees, just screaming, "Oh no, Big Town! Athros are reading! Wake up!"
And
how far away is he from my room?
I would say
this is the loudest you've ever heard Iibryn talk and scream before.
That's fine.
This is battle cry.
That's fine, but I'm also a heavy sleeper.
I would say, for the sake of this, the room that Attina and Iibryn were supposed to have was one of the closest rooms to the stairs. The hallway itself is about 30 feet long, so that would be, I would say, Big Tune and Ono would have the farthest room, with Iibryn and Athros having one in the middle. So the people who'd hear it the most would be Iibryn and Athros, but Ono and Big Tune, it's quiet enough in the night that you'd probably be able to hear him as well.
My passive should be able to pick it up.
Yeah, that was my kind of concern, was that my passive perception isn't super duper high, so...
If I woke up...
Then you probably would have woken me up. So
yeah, so the way I'm seeing it is I've got a weird friggin' Doctor Strange arcane mandala sigil over my head as I'm falling asleep with notes on my face, and in the drawer just below me is spit like fast asleep, and like I hear the noise. I break through the arcane mandala, and I'm like, what?
That's right. You were sleeping on top of me, so I
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, we're
snuggled.
snuggled. We are snuggled. So yeah, no. So yeah, I wake up, I break through the mandala, and I'm like, Big Tune, hey guys, there's trouble. We gotta go. Come on. And I like shuffle out of the bed and like try to get as best as I grab my book and I grab a couple of things and I run out the door. I tuck Spit in further and I say, keep sleeping, bud.
And he doesn't even wake up as you do so.
Perfect, because I don't want him to get harmed. So yeah, I burst open the door to see, hopefully, the backs of Attina, Athros, and seeing whatever this kerfuffle is.
As you, first off here, is anybody else like Iibryn, going out into the hallway?
I'll be right on his heels
Okay.
at this point.
Yeah, I would assume I would hear and kind of peek my head out the door at least to see what's going on.
Okay. So Ono, Big Tune, and Iibryn, and Athros would join as well, but for the sake of this, he's there but not there.
Probably just shove him.
Yeah.
We all Scooby-Doo slide out of our rooms.
As you get slide out the door into the hallway, you see Iibryn on his knees. You see several cold, like frozen footsteps walking away from his position down the stairs. You see the door to the room that they had open, and what glimpses you see inside the room, everything looks to be frozen over.
Okay, so they're frozen footsteps leading away from him, going down the stairs. So it's him on his knees. I rush to Iibryn.
Seeing that he's gonna go to Iibryn, I'm absolutely gonna fucking book it down the stairs.
I would be on my knees, just kind of with my hands out, almost like simulating that I caught somebody and just kind of like paralyzed and frozen fear. My guy is back in shock again.
You just like being in shock, bro. I don't know what to tell you. Yeah. What does he look like?
Absolutely terrified. But I think Iibryn's description of himself would be probably the most accurate thing as of right now.
Straight up
My
shock.
description plus the left side of my face is a little bit frozen, and you can see steam coming off of it, and it's slowly dissipating.
All right, so it's melting. That's fine. All right. I scream out behind me because I don't know if we have an order of operations at the moment. Big Tune flew down the stairs by himself. Somebody got to cover him. And
On it, I'd follow.
Yeah, and I try to do a quick assessment of Iibryn. I'll do a medicine and an arcana check because I have no idea what's happened to him.
Okay. Go right ahead.
All right, I'm just gonna make a straight up medicine. I'm gonna put my guidance on arcana.
Honestly, while he's doing that, Iibryn, make a Constitution check.
Oof. I'm not good at medicine. Stop twitching. And I'm just gonna get a residual arcana with a guidance on there. Wow.
Oh, you're fine.
Oh, you're fine. Okay. Hopefully you're fine.
Well, physically he's fine. Mentally,
Yeah.
Yeah, physically, Iibryn looks like Iibryn. The ice that he had on his face, it was like it wasn't like it was a giant blotch. It looked like it was almost as if something had taken like two or three fingers and just lightly streaked them across his face. But in the residual spaces where it touched physically, it left a frozen mark behind them. As far as
on his chin and like prestidigitate him more.
And as you do so, you can feel as though the heat itself of that prestidigitation kind of kicks in. Iibryn, you would feel less chill in your body. The ice from the events that had transpired disappearing rather quickly with that assistance, and should Iibryn so choose, you would have, I would say, most of your mobility back.
You're like pseudo catatonic at this moment. Like, do I see like
That's-
1,000-yard stare in your eyes?
You'd see like I'm staring into the fucking void, and then eventually I'd snap out of it, look at you, and be like, "We gotta go catch up to everybody else now."
I know I didn't grow super great on medicine or kind of, but like, is he bleeding? Is there like any weird residual besides the ice? Any weird residual like spell effects, weird smell, like a burst of other arcane energy, like an arcane ripple in the air? Anything? Did he poop his pants?
He did not poop his pants.
All right, good.
You don't, not other than the ice that was on his body. Honestly, everything else seems to be the way it was. He doesn't seem to be bleeding anywhere that you can see. He just seems like what happened with him it's a bit traumatic.
Are you good? Are you hurt?
We need to go now. And
Well, then
my
get
guy
up and
would
go.
basically get up from his knees, grab fucking Ono, and I would instantly just start running down the hall as fast as I can to catch up to everybody else. I'm literally football carrying Ono right now.
Then okay, I'm scrambling to your shoulders because I don't. You don't need to hold me like that. I can't grab my instruments.
So it was Big Tune and Iibryn, and for the sake of this, Athros that went down stairs first.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That is fun.
I came out firing with my greatsword out too, because I mean, yeah, if I'm hearing cries of like what John said, battle cries, yeah, I'm ready to go.
Hair on the back of his neck is standing.
As Iibryn and Big Tune and Ghostly Athros venture down the stairs first while Ono checks over Iibryn. When you get down to the lobby, the stairs themselves taking you up the equivalent of about 10 feet. The ceiling itself arcing down, so you can't see the base floor until you get down to about 3/4 of the way down the steps. As you reach the bottom of the steps, you catch the glimpse of a ghostly visage, a humanoid-looking person, a circlet of antlers across their head, long white hair, ears not elven in nature. You see that this is where the icy footsteps had led. As they look back at you, they catch, in particular, your eyes, Big Tune, let out a small grin, and you see that next to them, embedded within the floor, frozen over, appears to be some form of icy staff. The staff itself stretching all the way up to this person's height, about 5.5, 6 feet in the air. It is thin in nature until it gets to the top of the staff, which has a 6-pointed snowflake, and in the center a large crystal-looking sphere that appears to be slowly glowing. The visage looks to you, cocks his head with a slight grin, and then dissipates into a fog. And the fog itself blowing towards the door, underneath and out.
Like, when you say it dissipated, like leaked out of the room kind of thing?
Yeah, like it essentially escaped through the cracks of the door.
Gotcha. I ain't really gonna slow down and rip that door open. Take a look outside.
Okay. As you make your way to the door, you find that the door currently is locked. Are you going to try to break it down?
You said it's locked?
Yes.
Like, it's not like a little thing I can just like unlock from the inside. It's like keyed from both sides.
Make a perception check quick. As you're like barreling towards the door.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Because I'm going shoulder first.
You don't even have time to look as you're rushing towards that door.
Yep, I guess I'm going shoulder first.
Smoke through the door.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Make a athletics check.
Not great rolls to start the day, I tell you what.
Oh boy, we're strong start here, guys.
Iibryn, you hear a loud thud as Bictune hits the door. Shoulder first, and the door does not budge.
Can I see if when I get up to him, if I can see a lock on the door?
You certainly can. As Ono and
Dude's just standing there.
Iibryn,
Can you open the door?
you would make your way.
I fell down.
You would get about 2/3 of the way down the stairs when you would also hear Bictune's thud as you reach the bottom of the stairs.
I don't see him yet because I'm on his back, so I'm like, oh my god, they're already attacking.
Is there a window I can jump through to get
Yeah,
out?
we don't have to pay for a window. Just unlock the door.
The door is keyed on both sides, so it is not a standard. It's not a standard
But I
tunnel.
don't look as stupid.
My kingdom for a knock spell. Yeah.
There is a window, Iibryn. I would say about 5-6 feet away from the door. It is shuttered closed.
Go that way. Don't take the door. It's immovable.
It's locked.
It's immovable.
Bictune having the wind just knocked out of him.
I guess I would run up to the door, get out my thieves' tools, and I would start picking the lock.
All right, make a. It would be a. I'm gonna say a sleight of hand check with. No, it'd be a dexterity check with
I
your
can-
thieves' tools.
I can climb up to the
I can
window.
use under inventory and thieves' tools. I can click it, and it makes a normal advantage or disadvantage.
It'd be a normal check. Oh no, I want you to make a perception check.
I mean, he's literally piggybacking on me.
Well,
though.
no. So I'm gonna tap you on the back of the head and be like, "Good luck," and I give you guidance. I'm gonna clamber over to the window and I'm going to prestidigitate all the frost on the window, and
Jesus.
hopefully see something other than just frosty window.
See, I told you it's immovable.
Okay, hold on. This is not Fort Knox.
This might be stupid. Can I use my ram attack and ram the door down?
Hell yes.
You can certainly try.
Damage.
Okay.
Damn, I should have used claws. I have claws.
Let's attack the door.
I've still
Yep.
literally never
Make an
done this.
attack on the door.
Nat 20.
Okay. Go ahead and roll that damage.
Break that door, Arini. I'll fix it
Second
later.
time she showed me up.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
Should be just enough to break the lock.
Irini, I like to envision that you would do that thing that that hooved creatures do, where you stroke the ground with your foot before making a
yeah.
ram attack forward.
Like you smack Iibryn out of the way.
Just yell move.
Yes.
My
As-
guy would be mid-lock picking and be like, takes his tools out and moves out the way.
I fix the
As I
door.
see
I can
her
fix the tool.
strut,
Move.
They're like,
strut
is that
her
your command
legs.
again?
As
Oh
you-
shit.
As you hit the door, you are in this rage almost, and you burst through the door. The door's breaking in half down the middle. Half of it staying on the hinge, the other half flying out into the cold of the night as you break the door down.
The thing
Then
that I loosened.
Once the door's broken, I'd kind of just stand and motion for them to go.
Reading is so badass right now.
So great.
Okay, so yeah, I looking out the window. I'm like, okay, that's way better than a window, and bounce off of Iibryn down to the floor next to Arini's knee. Perception check.
Go for it. Anybody who wants to roll a perception at this point, go ahead.
My guy would make a perception check and instantly draw out his bow and just his bow.
And I got myself. Ah,
Okay.
That wanted to be a 17 so bad, but your dice stopped it from rolling.
Oh no.
Ooh.
Turned
Me?
mine into a 17.
Rini and I are paying attention.
And I
Oh,
just
I
smashed my
want to.
head.
Yeah, Rini is on point.
Oh no.
Several points. Ew.
You know what? For the sake of it, I'll roll one for Aethra.
I noticed things too this time.
You did. Yeah, you did.
this time.
Good job, Kitty.
You stood back and like
I-
Iibryn kicked
I
off.
definitely, as she busted on that door, I absolutely said, I'm pretty sure I loosened it, but good job.
Yeah, 100%.
Like, the whole pickle jar thing.
Big Tune, actually everybody except for Iibryn currently. As you make your way outside, you would see the fog that that I guess Big Tune and Irini saw disappear under the door. High in the sky, maybe 40, 50 feet, beginning to dissipate outward.
Firebolt.
Okay,
It's still within range.
go for it.
Can they tell me where it is? Or do I see where they're all looking?
You can see in the direction that they're all looking, but there's something that seems to have your attention. And I would say for Iibryn, as you're looking around, you take a moment, you look back, and you see that the staff that was there, the staff that was there when you initially came down the stairs is still in the center of the room, and it's glowing a light blue color in the center orb on the top. Oh no, as you make your firebolt attack up into the air, the fog itself, while you feel it hits purchase, it seems to dissipate the moment it touches.
Okay, all right, that's fair. Okay, all right. I grumble to myself.
Almost your first time hitting.
I would have taken that. That's fine. You know, we're on a winning streak. I feel like it usually starts with Irini and then it goes downhill from there. And I turn and look at the group and I'm like, we gotta get back in the room. And I like bolt back in, run up to up past Iibryn. I'm like, we gotta get back to the room. You gotta say stuff. Ah, fizzle shit.
All right.
Wait, is this magical effect?
Yes,
Okay, well I would have rolled that with an advantage. I don't want to crit fish, but
go for it. No, I get it.
no, it's fine. I'll take that.
Was I supposed to do a saving throw?
Did it not prompt you?
No.
I don't know why it does that sometimes. Yeah, wisdom saving throw for me.
I
had all of it
but I was
highlighted.
clicking around.
No, that could be too.
Irini with a nat 20. See, this is what I'm saying. Is like M gets the high rolls right now. Like we need to like coattail her right now.
Oh, boy.
Okay. Everybody except for Iibryn, you feel something in the back of your head, and you're quick to shake it off. Big Tune and oh no, this will be reminiscent of what you felt earlier in the day when you guys exploded Sephic's head.
Okay.
Iibryn, you hear a voice in the back of your head. We'll meet again soon, Eroth child.
Oh,
And that's all that you hear as it dissipates from the back of your head, Iibryn.
clambering up the stairs back up to the room.
So having felt that, I definitely shoot a look at Ono like this.
I'm halfway up the stairs. I'm
Hey,
halfway
he's
up
not
the
even
stairs.
there.
Yeah, I've booked like there's a Roadrunner outline of my. I've booked it. I've booked it up the stairs. Like I tapped Iibryn and be like, okay, you're fine for a second. We're gonna, and I'm running up the stairs full sprint.
Okay, as you
I
take
think
off.
during that time, my guy would have drawn his bow, but you guys would have saw me just pull back the draw with no arrow, and while that happens, you see me just take the tension off and
You've got like
Just kinda-
PTSD.
stand there.
Iibryn's got shell shock.
Yeah, and the voice that you hear in the back of your head, Iibryn, is not that of Attina, but of the other voice that you heard that night.
Leather wine.
Iibryn's starting to think he might not be able to sleep alone anymore.
Listen, we tried.
I mean, yeah, well, maybe this is the time you stop brooding by yourself. I'm all about communal sleeping. That's fine.
As oh no, you reach your room.
I again Scooby-Doo slide in front of the door.
I like to think it was like Kramer flying in.
Yeah, very much like shh.
Scooter sliding, but considering how tall Ono is, he just moves like 1 foot.
And that's Scrappy Doo.
Yeah, I think that's fine.
The scrappy slide.
Power.
Iibryn
Yeah.
and Irini, you would hear a door open on the other side of the room as you a yawning Vernon steps out from behind it, and he sees
Gotta fix the door.
you. He sees the door down. He sees the staff in the middle of the room. What's going on here? And he like lets out a yawn and stretches as it's like 2:30 in the morning.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Go back to bed.
So I definitely, like, as I saw Ono going up the stairs, I, started making my way that way. Not nearly as quickly.
Yeah, he would have came out as you two like are up the stairs and back to your room. It doesn't seem like it's nothing.
If I see Vernon, depending on how the angle is, I'm thinking in my head I can kind of see or hear him come out. And be like, "This is a small attack, possibly danger. I'll fix the door."
I would say that so you can't see the upstairs from the downstairs. Like it's a small hallway. Like the arch of the door is like where it's open. Everything else is basically rooms going back. And the angle of the ceiling of the stairway, you'd be able to hear what sounds like Vernon downstairs. Given that you're in your room, so if he was shouting out, he would hear mumblings, but not be able to hear what you're saying.
Totally all right then. Then my focus is on whatever is in this room.
In your room or the Attina Iibryn room?
Attina Iibryn's room. I want to see what's in this icebox, and then I'll check out that staff if it's still there.
I want you to make an investigation check.
Oh, golly.
Victor, were you journeying with Ono into that room then?
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't like right on his heels, but I talked to him about what the hell he just saw.
Everything in this room that you see has been completely frozen over. The room itself looks like a standard, in suite, whatever you want to call it. 2 beds, 1 on each side of the room with a nightstand. Everything completely coated with at least a half an inch layer of ice. The window looking outside, continuing with that same thing. You can see some light pouring into the window itself, but it's completely blurred over with the ice on top. The only thing in the room that is not frozen over here right now is a quill and what looks like a spot for a piece of paper, but there is no piece of paper on top of the dresser that you can like just with your height barely see over. So everything else is ice. Are you looking for something in particular? Since you have a good roll, I don't want to ruin that for you.
I'm taking like a cursory glance. Like I'm definitely I'm taking a cursory glance. I'm definitely going to be like, okay, that was probably some weird offshoot of an avatar of Auril, probably with like Attina. And I look at the room and it looks like Mr. Freeze just farted and sneezed at the same time. And I approach the non-frozen quill. And there's not a I wish there was like a quicken spell way to do it. It's not a quicken spell, but I'm gonna do detect magic as a ritual, but I'm gonna burn my what's it called? My spell effect, the what's it called? I can never remember what it's called. Ritual casting for like immediate time. God, can't remember.
Was that your Wizardly Quill thing?
Yeah, it's part of my my spellbook and quill.
Your Awaken. Is it your Awaken spellbook?
I believe it is under my Awaken spellbook.
Um.
I'm gonna look in the book because I can't find it on the thing, and I know it's in here.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Does that reset on a long rest?
That's right. Didn't I use? I did use it. So yeah, don't worry about that. No, then it does reset on a long rest, not a short rest. I don't think.
Yeah, when you finish the long rest.
Yeah. So yeah, then I plop a squat on top of the chair and I start drawing out a rune for the. No, damn it! I start doing it and I stop. I look at Big Toon because I assume he's behind me at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I put my tools back in my pocket, and I turn and look at Big Toon and I go, All right, let's go look at the staff. Let's go talk to Iibryn. Point blank, period. This room is frozen. There's nothing I can do about here. And I walk out of the room with purpose and intent.
Okay, as you guys are doing that, Vernon would approach Iibryn, and I'm assuming Irini stay down there too. Can anybody explain what this is? And he looks at the staff that's glowing a brighter color now, or why my door is down. You can see his eyes are red, like he probably had a little bit to drink before bed and was hurriedly awoken.
Can I explain? Yes. Am I going to? No. Your door will be taken care of, and that's all you need to know. And I'm going to kind of just hold out 2 gold pieces for him, and I'll go back to bed. As my eyes are gleaming red right back at him. And you can see my guy is visibly angry now.
Make an intimidation check.
Advantage with Irini next to me?
I will give it to you because I would say there's still maybe a piece of door in her horns from when she rammed it down. Yeah, falls off at the perfect moment. He sees you in a very angry state, and he takes the gold and weirdly backs his way to the room, gives you one final look, looks at Irini, shakes his head, and returns to his chamber. Not another word is said from him.
Motherfucker rolls up on me and expects me to fucking explain the situation. Mind your own goddamn business, old man.
Are you mumbling to yourself as we're coming down the stairs, and I pause you, and I'm like, no, you wait, because your room is frozen. You have no bed. Sit down in the chair for 5 seconds, because I have to analyze you.
I was mumbling that to myself, and that's kind of when I'd put my bow away, and yeah.
I'm pushing against your knees. I'm like, go sit down. Walk up to the door. I mend the door. Walk over to the staff, and I begin to draw around it because I don't want to touch the staff at all. And I ritually cast Identify because I am not screwing around. We're just getting into it.
I'm sorry, one more time. Where were you ritually casting Identify?
You know what? Screw it.
Sounds like on me.
I did Arcane Recovery. Do I have? No, I don't have it prepared. Fuck. Yeah, so I'd have to do it ritually. So yeah, I ritually cast Identify after I mend the door because we don't need to freeze to death. And while I'm doing the drawings on the floor and I'm doodling stuff and setting up little tools and stuff, I'm looking at Iibryn and being like, "What happened?"
Before I acknowledge that, is the staff still in the room?
I'm circling around the staff, so I hope.
It is still in the room, yes.
Okay. I guess I would just wait for to get done and be like, all right, well, I'll explain, but you finish up. Let's convene by the fire, and we have some talking to do. And then I would go towards the fireplace. If it's not still going, I would put some logs on and get it going again.
I would have prestidigitated it lit. Doodling on the floor with frost.
Give me 1 second.
I'm making a big snowflake. I'm like, you want to make ice sculptures and play with ice? Isn't it bad enough? We're all friggin' ice cubes through the rest of the day, and then you gotta mess with my Flarkin rogue?
Irini, I'm gonna send you a message. No, just check your inbox for me.
And just missed all the fun.
Alright, so you were casting Identify as a ritual, right, on the floor or on the staff. Everybody else was making their way to the fire, or what do you want to call it, around the now growing fire.
Sure.
Hopefully the three of you are circling around Iibryn while I'm doing this. Like family home.
I would go up to Ono, say, "Hey, I think maybe we should destroy that. Just get it out of here. Bye. Destroy it. Kaboom."
I would assume like halfway through making my ritual circle, I look up at Iibryn and without a second thought, I cast can I do
I was gonna say, as soon as I hear her say destroy, kaboom, I look at Aethros. I'm like, destroy? I like destroy.
Ooh, wait,
Troy?
hold on, because this is gonna. It's like
Can I still-
embedded in the thing, in the floor.
Can I still have my bow out and use my nice ability?
I would say as you because yeah, I would allow it.
Sweet. Where did it go?
Um,
All right, so if I've got my bow out, I gotta find where it is.
I mean, I'm like point blank firebolting this.
Yeah,
I would.
Yeah,
And
anybody.
I'd probably look at you again and be like, maybe quickly.
Yeah, like literally, as soon as Iibryn like looks at me, I don't even question it. I like firebolt it.
Okay.
Oh, that was almost a nat 20.
Both of you can roll damage.
Woof.
So as my guy hears Iibryn say we should probably destroy it, you just see him take his bow, draw it back with no arrow, and you just notice the whole bow and a purple arrow emits as a psionic arrow zooms from my bow and hits the arrow or hits the staff.
Okay. As the two of you hit it with your attacks, you feel that they make purchase. You see the staff is still standing, but the orb on the top that is glowing quite brightly now begins to crack.
I cast
Okay,
mending on
Aethros.
it.
No.
Okay.
Ah, God.
But
I'm
Aethros,
helping. I'm
don't-
helping.
But Aethros, don't you want to hit it with your hammer?
Oh wait, we don't want this.
Yeah,
No,
we're
we do.
cracking-
No. Item bad.
We're cracking this sucker in half.
Staff bad. You go boom.
Yeah, it needs to go bye-bye, or we need to go bye-bye.
Oh, okay. I think I know what to do then.
Crack it.
Yeah, as you use mending, you don't feel that it fixes the cracks. You do, in fact, see the cracks grow just a little bit.
Thank Glob.
Yeah.
Then I want to cast Moonbeam on it.
Ooh.
What?
So I don't know if you want me just to roll all the damage at once or
Yeah, that's it.
it lasts for a
Do we-
minute.
Do
Okay.
you know if this staff is movable? Or is it like
Nobody's
embedded
tried
into
to
the
touch
floor?
it yet.
There is a a large base of like ice that's like embedded into the ground at the bottom of this staff. Yeah, if you
I
want
feel
to
like-
use Moonbeam, go right ahead. That's totally fine.
As soon as I see you started winding up this big ass spell, I grab. If Iibryn and I are right next to each other, I'm like, back up.
So I want you to put it someplace on the battlefield. So I'm not gonna choose any of you guys.
That's fine. You can, put it
for the
wherever.
damage.
We have to leave the room.
All right, yeah, roll for damage.
And then that in theory times 10. If it's for a minute.
Oh dear God.
You're just gonna sit there and concentrate a hot moonbeam on this.
Literally just like Kamehameha it.
Oh dear.
Like, I can-
Okay.
Well, not only that, he's effectively going to destroy like the east side.
No.
Currently,
Ah, it's only a 5-foot radius. It's only what is it?
You could. I would say he's
40 feet high.
Aethros is wise
So-
enough to kind of bring it down a little bit, right?
No.
Yes. Yeah.
I didn't
Yes.
say intelligent enough. I said wise enough.
No, I'm pretty sure the whole second story of this building is gone.
Yeah, I'm wise enough to know not to do that.
Zaga. Ah, Aethros, you beautiful genius.
Aethros, I want you to make an Arcana check for me as you're trying to narrow that height, the height down so it doesn't take out part of the.
Okay, just straight Arcana.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I was. Holy crap.
So
Ah,
you try, you know to try
you know,
to keep that to bring the cylinder down, but
he
you're.
knew to try.
It's a new spell to use here, so it takes it's
Yeah.
you're not no as your pillar of radiant energy beams down on this staff for however long you want it to go. I would say after about 30 seconds, the staff itself shatters, and you could end the spell at any point after that.
I choose not to.
Oh my god. Okay, Aethros, I can't. That's a lot of damage you do to the floor, man.
Just look at, oh no, I want to do that.
As
Can you teach me how to do that?
I don't even know how to do that.
as the rest of
So
the
it is radiant damage. So
Yes.
I don't know if it damages like building structure.
as the minute ends and the spell dissipates, you would see a 5-foot radius, a perfectly circular hole where the staff was and the ceiling above it. Conveniently, the staff missing a main support beam in its location. You see a hole looking up into the sky from the roof of the building, and a hole looking down into the storage area below. But no other damage beyond those two locations and where the staff was. The staff itself now being evaporated and gone.
Did I do it
don't worry.
good?
Yeah, you did great. You did great. I'm gonna need more wood for this. Listen, you did good. Okay. What?
What was that thingy again? Was that
Okay.
just like a stick with a ball on it?
I mean, that's an accurate description of basically what it was.
Okay.
You seem to know what it was, or at least know that it was bad. Iibryn?
Wait,
like-
sorry, I totally just zoned out for a couple seconds there.
You're gold.
you-
It's okay. Everybody's
said-
kind of like moonstruck.
Yeah, we're probably all
She's still-
blinded.
She's still messing with her ears and whatnot to get the remaining wood off it.
I climb on
You
top
were
of
the one who
it
called for it to be destroyed. What
and try to mend the roof as best as I can.
the hell was it?
Actually, Big Toon is a little bit larger, so yeah, let me like climb on Big Toon's shoulders.
I don't know what it is, but something told me it had to go, or it was gonna be bad.
Are they telling you that we did a good job now?
Hold on.
Like a screwdriver in my mouth. Iibryn, I didn't know you were religious.
Ah. Hey, yeah, that's my
Charlatan?
thing.
Charlatan.
Charlatan. It was Charlatan.
Wow.
Hey,
Have
whatever
we
you
heard
say,
this?
you're the boss now.
Have we heard this before?
Are you asking her, or are you asking the all-seeing being above the table?
Ono would have explained this out loud, but I'm like, both Ono and his like player is asking this out loud. Like, have we heard this? Have we heard this before? Is this in any kind of general script that we may have lored or anything?
So, oh no, you know what Charlatan is, because that was one of the things that you were trying to seek initially when you came here besides Scrimshaw.
Oh, yes, charlatan. I wrote
Yeah.
it as charlatan.
Yeah, I'm sorry, there's a D, not a T, if it
No,
makes it
you're
any
good,
better
you're
for
good.
you.
You're good.
I also
Okay,
need to
so
make
yeah.
one more correction since I caught myself. It was not Vernon who would have stepped out, it would have been Marta, the small girl.
Yeah. No worries. So
But still, everything else would have been able to play out as normal if desired.
Probably gonna mumble to myself.
Iibryn
Probably
would
gonna
have
give her a
been
golden-
less mad with it being her, but he still would have probably politely did everything
Okay.
the same way.
Sexist.
As far as how Irini knows about Charlatan or anything like that, I don't believe we ever covered that. But
Okay.
No, I don't think
you would
we
know what
did.
Charlatan is.
My ears perk when you say that, and I'm trying to catch the connection. Like you see a quizzical look as I look down past Big Toon's shoulders, and I go with a screwdriver in my mouth. How do you know that word?
That's what the substance was.
On the staff? Wait, now I blacked out. What happened?
The staff was made of it.
The
That's why it
staff
needed to
was made
go.
of charlatan.
The staff or the ball, I don't know which one.
Okay, well, that's a fair assessment. Okay. I don't have any other research on charlatan other than the name and that it possesses magical or inherent arcane attributes, right?
Correct.
Holds too much.
Yeah, no, it's dangerous. It's my book is open, notes are going. I'm fidgeting on Big Toon's mane. Wait, is it going through the ceiling or just the first floor?
It was a 40-foot beam, so it was a hole, a perfectly circular hole in the ceiling and on the floor.
I climbed up through the hole, and I'm trying to fix the ceiling first, and I'm saying step through the hole in the floor then. I apologize. Hopefully it fixes the roof first, so we're not freezing to death. I put a carpet over the hole, and I climbed down. I'll fix that later.
I probably would have nudged Aethris at that time and been like, hey, you want to maybe help him in cast mending as well?
No, I'm good.
He's fine. It's fine. It's okay. And I go to the floor because I'm like, the floor is probably more more. So I fix the floor, and I'm like, wherever that hole on the first floor is, we'll figure it out. I mean,
Yeah,
I
I
know
don't see
where it
anything
is.
wrong.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. We'll fix it. Worst case scenario, somebody falls through it. It's a 5-foot hole. Fuck, it's big.
Or do you want another hole? Is that what you're asking for?
No. Stop.
Oh, okay.
You've done great.
Thank you.
Okay. So, all right. Charlatan, super important. Not love it. Need to get a hold of it. Did want to destroy it because Irini said we got to destroy it. Totally respect. What happened when you opened the door? What happened? And I'm pointing at Iibryn.
Iibryn would look back and be like, well, I want to know why you guys keep trying to fuck with me first.
I'm even like, what do you mean?
Why are you guys trying to make us hook up, dude?
Nobody made you
She
hook
ain't
up.
into
Nobody
this.
Nobody
we're
put-
actually trying to make you hook up. We just
Yeah.
wanted you to have somebody to stay with in case something went down.
And on a completely funny note, if that's what you're insinuating, I mean, the two of you have always kind of like butted heads, so maybe this would have been the perfect opportunity for you guys to like, hey, have some fun banter and at least, I don't know, shared a funny, witty joke between the two of you. Nobody assumed that she was gonna go Avatar of the Frost Maiden.
Well, it nearly killed me.
Are you
Being a gentleman,
are you literally
decided
down
to...
points? We don't see any like physical damage, but are you like hurt?
My guy is probably similar to how he was when you guys met me the day after I found Cephig.
So you are showing damage.
Psychologically,
Emotional,
yes.
yeah.
Physically, no.
Mental trauma. The damage that's harder to heal.
Emotional damage.
Yeah, it's about emotional damage. All right, fine. Okay, everybody, please let's go up to our room, Big Toon and mine and Spit's room, and let's just have a little powwow family meeting. Because
Yeah, because I'm really confused with all what's going on right now.
very
Not gonna lie.
No, that's fine, Aethros. I mean, we got That's fine. You were kind of like half asleep through the most of the day, and like as we're walking back up the stairs, I give the description of we found the iron, we were bringing the iron back, we returned it Cephic's head, got our pay. You have money in your pocket. We made 150 gold or something like that. So you have
must be like turtles.
yeah. You told in the middle of Irini's awesome performance, you stood up and like exclaimed you like turtles, and it was very awkward, but it was okay. We have a new part.
compatriot.
Well, yeah, you know about Spit. We saved the goblin. Well, we learned their name, and Spit's now a part of the family. As we're like walking into the room, and I assume Spit is still asleep in the drawer.
Oh, Spit's out. He had a lot to drink.
Yeah, so like I'm like, yeah, so Spit is like our new coachman. He works with us now. I made him.
Do you take one drawer and he takes the other drawer?
Yeah, but I mean, like, we were snuggling because it's cool. Big Tuna and I were snuggling, so you can get it on in this snuggle pile if you want to. If you're down for that. So okay, so everybody get everybody into the room. I shut the door, and I'm like, I put Aethros and set him on the edge of the bed. And I'm like, okay. Start from when you were no longer in the lobby and walking into the room. And you're gonna explain this to us like we are family and not a bunch of people you want to keep secrets from.
I'm sorry, but the above table talk for a quick second when you said, or you could just join the pile. All I'm imagining is crudes right now. All right, everybody, to the pile.
Yeah, that's 100%.
Just belly flop on top of all of you.
Yeah, pretty much.
In full army too. So it's like,
yes.
Yeah.
Toon's a giant kitty. I guess I'm the second tallest, so I'd be the dad. So, anyway, starting from the beginning. Well, I didn't really find it too funny pairing us up, so I wanted to sit by the fire, just kind of warm up and go through a few things mentally by myself and process a few things. I don't know if you guys noticed anything during the explosion that you guys did to Cephic's head, but I've had a
weird arcane ripple.
I've had a gut feeling that like destroying Cephic might make something worse happen. So while you guys were going ham, I was just paying attention to Attina and the moment of, the final coup de grace to his face. You could just kind of see like a weight lift off her shoulders, and the sensation I had in my gut during that time, I don't know if you guys felt anything, kind of told me something's going wrong. So, I talked to Attina. She actually seemed fucking happy for once, which was bizarre. And
this was when is it? This was at dinner, or is this after you got up from the lobby?
This is when all of us went outside, and you put my gunpowder, which
I put a portion of the gunpowder, okay? And relax, it's not just your gunpowder, and I'm still making gunpowder. Relax.
When you put the gunpowder in his mouth, and you guys were slicing it with his greatsword and fireballing it and shit like that. When Cephic finally dissipated, and that energy, that cosmic energy that illuminated from his body,
emanated.
That moment, that gut sensation I had was tingling, and I knew something was up. I'm watching Attina and this go on, and you could just see something almost flip, like a switch in her. So then fast forward to dinner, everything's going on. I decide to sit by the fire, just processing everything through. I get entranced by the fire, fall asleep, and maybe an hour goes by. I decide to go upstairs. As soon as I cross the stairs, it's almost like a polar vortex is illuminating from the bedroom. Just instantly cold, like the lowest level of Dante's Inferno's devil's wings blowing gusts of cold wind outside the door. Okay. Stupidly, I wanted to see what's going on because either Attina is talking to Auril, and I figured this might be some time to ask some questions, or
great time to
could have been a frozen
lesser deity.
Right, I could have been a frozen popsicle essentially.
You're partially okay. So you open the door?
I knock on the door, and what is left of Attina opens the door.
What is left?
Attina-
Wait. What?
So what we saw
What?
was Attina.
Because it looked
Well,
like, by your
what was left-
description, out of game, by your description, DM, you basically kind of described like a weird avatar of Auril, right? Am I getting?
I'm just. Don't worry, DM. I got you.
Okay.
I just
knock
want to
on
make
the
sure.
door.
I took that in
knock
my
on the
head, my mind's
door.
image.
And what is left of Attina, her pale face, just says, Iibryn? Is that you? And she proceeds to collapse to the floor, and I catch her. How you kind of found me.
Okay.
And I look into her face and look into her eyes, and half of her face is just icicle blue and just the lowest depths of hell, blackness in one eye. And it's slowly creasing and creeping over to her pale side, taking over and engulfing her body, with animal antlers growing like crazy out of her head, and something possessed her.
Okay.
She was holding a secret bag and something that is going to bring calamity on the world, essentially. This is worse than Sephic, from what I can guess. And
This is not
Sephic was just a pawn in her book. She said a vessel they needed to stay alive, a vessel that was going to use to make Auril happy. And she said, I should consider it a thanks for sparing you, but we will meet again. We will always meet again. And that she requires more from.
That
She
means
requires
she likes
more.
you.
She
A
requires
second date,
more.
Come on.
She requires more from you. Now, you as in me or you as in us, I don't know.
Okay.
And her name is Hedrun. It's spelled Hedrun.
Hold on, one more time, dude.
Hedrun. It's pronounced like HEH/DRUN.
Like it was a weird draw. Okay. Cool.
Before
This is
Attina
Attina's real
lost-
name?
Before Attina lost consciousness and was taken over by this Hedrun, she handed me a scroll, and it says that we need to go to Targos and talk to the Church of Auril, and it's got a name on the scroll. And my guy would just kind of pull the scroll. I haven't read it yet, but all she said is we need to go to Targos.
Are
And
you like holding it out?
yeah, I would physically be holding it out to the group now.
I grab it and put it on the floor and ritually do a detect magic while you're still talking.
But my suspicion by destroying Sephic was correct. We've now brought worse evil upon us.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
It's bound to happen. And in order to get rid of the biggest evil, we have to work our way up the ladder.
I mean, these are steps in the right direction. Victune is totally on track.
My guy would kind of look off to the side and away from everybody else. And when she left during that mist, she said one more thing to me. That we'll meet again, son of Aroth. And
Again,
that would be the first time any of you've heard my last name.
Yeah, I don't know what that is, but all right, sounds good.
Yeah, don't care.
3,000 years is a long time. I don't think I have that. I'll do it. Yeah, if God will let me, I'll do a history check, but I don't think it'll work.
You are more than welcome to do a history check. And you said you were ritual casting detect magic, just so I have that in my mind, right?
Yes, yeah. I'm just like, as he says it, I'm like, this is the second time I'm hearing his name, his last name, because I was in the room when the creature said it out loud, or was that psychically just said to him?
That was just said to him because
Okay.
all of you passed your wisdom saving throws.
Oh, okay, cool. All right.
So, I'm just gonna cut it. The name Aroth does not ring a bell to you.
Yeah,
Um,
don't worry.
You haven't read anything relating to it or heard that name spoken by other people. It's a name that seems to be lost to time.
That's 3,000 years. I mean, like, yeah, you're lost in the annals of history. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Listen there, Iibryn. I understand this shit's scary. Don't get me wrong. I ain't exactly super happy about taking all this on. But like at the end of the day, I know what I signed up for. I'm not trying to like kick you out or anything, but like it seems like every time something bad happens, you kind of lose a bit of yourself, and I do care about you, and I don't want you to lose all of yourself over this. So maybe you want to start thinking about stuff.
With ritual cast and detect magic, the scroll itself you don't feel any magical presence coming from it. The only thing that you feel magical presence coming from really is other than, everyone in their own way, the aura that they give off. You just feel the cold evocation magic that was used in the Attina Iibryn room, as it's beginning to thaw. But the scroll itself has no indication of magic on it. Just appears to be okay.
Yeah, I'm just like, I'm not. It's not a paper bomb. Cool. And I open the scroll, and I'm like unraveling the scroll, but looking at Iibryn, and I'm like, "Are you okay? Like, is the fear getting to you?"
That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't want to lose you because you're a valuable member of this team, and like you're very strong. But I also don't want you to lose all of yourself in all of this.
For everyone's reference, the note is under, I think it's page 5 on the top left, so like the items page under scripts and papers should be Attina's note.
Got it. Ooh. There are frantic scribbles on a piece of paper given to Iibryn as Attina struggled to maintain control of her mind.
I'll keep going. I thought you were gonna read it all.
I thought for
Oh,
sure you were
sorry.
going to read it all. That's fine.
Oh no, I'll dead ass read it. I'm sorry, guys. I was just literally. To who finds this note, I can feel her power, her sheer will beginning to take over. At first, I wasn't sure who it was. A solemn voice creeping in the back of my mind, eating away at my ability to function. As she invades my head, I feel I'm losing my ability to hold her back. The cold of her rage and hostility is much stronger than the power of Auril's granted me can suppress. Hedrun, former chosen of Auril, is returning. Whoever reads this note, seek out and awaken Grand Mistress Frigus?
Fregus.
Frigus. At the church. The writing becomes less intelligible, the scribbles forming less structured sentences. Powerful elf, frightened, power scary. Only able to talk brief, prove to wake. Sleep, no heart. Spirit, sister scare need make large, ice cold. Head splitting hurt. Fading, sleeping, losing sane. The writing becomes nothing more than a terribly written letter as it reaches the bottom of the page. The very bottom, just above the edge, reads in Elvish, which I cannot read Elvish.
I can.
What does this say?
Mind, body, and magic.
Like, doodle that in my book
Mhm.
with a ledger to try to, like, begin to learn Elvish.
That note got more and more Aethros friendly as it went on.
A little bit.
Does the bottom part of it make more sense to me? Like, can I get any
For
more insight
real.
on that than everyone else?
It dead ass sounds like Aethros after 2 ales.
Yeah, like I'm just imagining like Always Sunny. It's just like Charlie speak.
Yeah.
You know what? I want Aethros to roll. I want you to roll an intelligence check, but I want you to give yourself a +5.
If you don't, I'm guiding you.
Okay, so 1d4 plus 5. If this works.
Oh, go. For an intelligence check? That
That's
is
pretty good.
That is pretty damn good.
Pretty good for Athros.
All that help, yeah.
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 The most that there's one of your you have two ideas as to what it might be hinting at. The first one is the something about Attina maybe having a sister. The second one is maybe they're talking about maybe the ritual that followers of Auril in the church possibly go through, but you can't be 100% certain.
Well, I'll tell the rest of the party that. And let them figure out what's more likely of the two.
I like turn with a really quizzical look and like it's almost smiling. And I'm like, man, when you're on one, you are on one. I agree. This is clearly something we need to investigate further. This is right on the track with, I don't know about anybody else's life path. This is right on the track with my life path. I am feeling that this is an appropriate step in the correct direction for our family. All of this leads up to us ultimately trying to get this northern part of this world in order, so that way they don't have to do human sacrifices and they can just send, a couple rafts of food out into the middle of the sea like they used to.
I remember things.
I'll send you a message.
Oh! Kitty's so smart.
Yeah, no, like, in character, when you say, like, kind of following us, but, like, following our life paths, I basically just say, like, listen, one way or another, with or without you guys, I'm going after Auril, and either I'm going to kill her, or ain't no two ways about it.
I mean, like, I'm not... Look, not super religious, and I look at Athros and I'm like, no offense. Just there is a power shift. There is a dynamic in here that is out of balance, and ultimately, I think there's an abuse of Arcana, and ultimately, I think that abuse is extending to these people, which is bad news bears. Just saying, we've seen it firsthand.
I thought about asking about that too.
I only followed the one guy, so I'm fine with killing a different one.
Wicked. Did you say that out loud, Victor?
No, that was the guy.
Yeah. I look back at Iibryn.
I'll sit on that for now.
Are you okay? Like, seriously, no, not pushing you aside, not trying to like force you away or anything. Like, this is a general question. Like, are you okay?
I'm just processing everything that's going on.
I grab a blanket and I kind of like wrap it around you, and I kind of like push you back up against the wall to kind of like lean you up and kind of like jam the pillow under your back and stuff. I'm like, just relax for a second, just chill.
Athros, cast blanket.
Actually, no, I'm gonna cast something else. My channel divinity. One of the things is you can't be charmed or frightened. Let's see if that helps you out.
Ooh.
So
you can't be frightened right now.
As the room goes dim, as a orb of darkness envelops everyone. Not darkness, dimmer light.
Yeah.
Iibryn, do you feel less afraid?
My guy's less afraid, but he's still just processing everything that's going on. Overall,
that helps.
I had visibly made myself clear I did not want anything to do with her due to that gut feeling I had and the fact that it never went away and now it's into something worse.
You're saying this?
Yeah, I'm saying this to the party. I don't know what to think now.
Well,
that's fine.
As
there's somebody I wish I could talk to, but I don't have a way of contacting them.
I thought you meant like we are here.
All of us are like circled around you. Yeah.
Like, this is awkward then.
Yeah. We are literally giving you shoulders. Look, that's fair. I just think that this is one of those things where if you did, a blanket comes flying across the room. Wow. Okay, thank you. I like wrap it around. Actually, I use the blanket that Aethos throws at me, and I start making extra beds on the floor. Look, you can face this thing head on, which we will totally support you and back you up. How many blankets do you have, Aethos?
I have 8.
Oh, okay.
Don't worry.
Sorry.
It's like a bunch of Doctor Strange clones flying
Yeah.
around the room.
There's like a pile of blankets in the middle of the room while I'm trying to give a heartfelt speech. All right, okay.
As
Bedroll.
as Atros continues to unload the entirety of his pack.
Hell yeah. I just don't think this is something you should run away from, because we are here to support you. If you want to run away, I don't know if I can support that. I get that's your choice, and nobody's trying to force you into this, but I really do feel like we're in line to really just kind of make some problems disappear. Yeah, we got to crack a couple eggs. We're going to make a bigger mess, but it's going to turn into one hell of a meal. I kind of like finish making up a bed on the floor.
I think it's best if we all just go back to bed and finish our rest.
Cool. We're all sleeping in the same room.
Yes.
And I'm like, does anybody need anything from the other rooms?
Well, this was.
Nope,
my
I
room,
think I got
so
all my blankets.
Our room.
I legitimately, yeah. Our room. So I prestidigitate everybody warm. I look over at
I'll be
Spit.
sweating, man.
I look, and then look. I just want to make sure everybody's. It's like a balmy 50 degrees in this room. Like,
On top of all the blankets.
well, now it's warmer. So yeah, I set everybody up, and I get like Irini's bed all prim and proper and everything, and I like set everything up so everybody's nice and comfy. And yeah, I mean, like, just chill. Let's knock this out in the morning. Tomorrow's a brand new day. We'll get some more sleep. We'll just bang this out in the morning, and
So yeah,
it'll be okay.
I'll be all right. Like, I'll keep an eye out for a little while at least while you guys go to bed.
Yeah, I'm gonna tinker. I'm gonna sit up and tinker.
Oh yeah, then I'll definitely like motion to watch you tinker and pretend like I'm helping.
Yeah.
And I help.
Yeah, I just passed out in the middle of the floor.
Perfect.
I'd
Classic.
pass out pretty shortly afterwards.
All right.
And definitely after everybody else has gone to bed, so that way to limit my embarrassment, I want to reiterate how badly I want something to make it look like I can cast magic to Ono.
I look
and
at
how much
him.
help I want, like whether it be he makes something or we try to find something in one of the 10 towns here.
And I'm sitting crisscross applesauce, like with you kind of like sitting next to me, or assume hovering over me. I've got in my lap, you see, like, I had smattering of my tools out, and I've got like several little actually the majority of them are kind of like partially made at this point, but it's basically, I've already given up one figurine, but there are like several little figurines of the group around, and I'm like finishing like yours right now since you're sitting over me, and I'm like, I'm definitely trying to make something very cool for everybody. You want something magical? I'm working on it. Believe me, I got something in the mix. Like,
And I don't really have much concept of magic besides what you guys do, so
I have something in mind. It's something for you, totally in line with something that I feel like you're having a hiccup with. And I
just want to make cool light shows too.
No, yeah, totally, but we're gonna work on your presence.
Can I do a perception check to see if I hear any of this? Like, it wakes me up.
Go for it.
This is the one time. Like, your wisdom is kicking it right now.
Yeah, I would say you'd be able to hear them talking, should you choose to wake or lay there.
So I'm hearing this, that like Big Toon, he really wants to do magic or make it seem like he's doing magic. So I get up and I hand him something. I don't know if you see that in the chat.
Absolutely. I don't know if you hear me.
You just handed him 6 ounces of fucking cat weed.
And I go back to sleep.
I'm like, that's not
Glorious.
tobacco. That is not tobacco or wizard smoke or what is that?
What is that?
I smell it. I feel like I would know what catnip is. Just
I don't know that I would.
Not you, but I feel like I
No,
know
I
what
know.
catnip is.
I know.
I would say in your shop that you were with with your boss or master, mentor. Yeah, you probably smelled and seen this substance before. The area that you're being in, there's probably been a lot of cats.
Yeah, I mean I've seen herb gardens with it. This is kind of a crude, dried version. Okay, I know you're gonna get a kick out of this, so I'm just gonna respectfully. Can I, Big Tune, before you get into that, just a little bit? Can I try to take the pouch, and I take a healthy portion, which I would assume is like a good, at least an ounce or two, and I crumble it up on a pillow that like I was kind of like sitting next to, like whatnot, and I kind of rub it in there, and I prestidigitate the scent of it directly up to Bic Newton's nose, and I go, "You probably got about a minute before you lose it. Just try not to tear up that pillow." And I kind of like scooch away.
You just hear me audibly sniffing. What is it? What is that stuff?
It smells wonderful, by the
Yeah.
way.
Oh yeah. Absolutely.
I like tightly take the rest, and I put it I put it deep in my pouch on top of the other part. Like I bury it under my components. Like at this point, I'm just like, yeah, go for it, kitty.
What is it? What does it do?
Well, I mean, in the sense of I don't know necessarily how it affects you, so that's why we're gonna do it in small doses. I feel like we should do the same thing with dairy products, but it is an endorphin inhibitor for feline and possibly leonin. At this point, it must have like charged some of your olfactory senses.
Oh yeah.
Big Tune, I want you to make a Constitution check for me.
Okay.
I want to very much iterate. I am like slid away.
It's not like to the point where you have completely lost yourself, but you can feel something is happening to you, and oh no, you would see his pupils get very, very large.
Yeah, I figured. Just write it, bud. Enjoy it. I will. I'll babysit while you enjoy this.
The voice of Ono beginning to distort a little bit and echo in the back of your mind as your vision slowly becomes a bit wobbly.
Takes it as a hallucinogenic. Damn it.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to town.
Okay. All right. Well, yeah. You have your pillow. You just nuzzle.
Oh,
the
I have my pillow.
Yeah, you're going off. You're going ape shit. Love it.
Well, other than that, now that I'm incoherent, I have nothing to say.
I would assume you pass out in that pillow about like 10 minutes into it.
Oh yeah, just rolling around in every bit of smell I can find in that.
Thankfully, there's no spring mattresses, so you don't hear the creaking, just the movement on like hay and I guess feathery bed pillow.
I
Nice.
thump onto the ground on accident. Oh.
Easy. Don't wake everybody up.
Definitely not speaking in common anymore. Anything that I say is all in Leonin at this point. But there's no like sentences by any
It's
means.
guttural, yeah.
Yeah,
I guess we spend the next couple hours or next few minutes watching him go ape shit on that shit.
he just colors are no longer their normal colors. Your vision is very much vestiges of purple and green and a little bit of red as you like look down at your hand and it's like totally different. And, oh yeah.
Yeah, like I can taste colors at this point.
You have to like I'd say after about like 10 minutes that you're like zonked. Like,
Yeah, just out now.
I tuck him
That's still,
in.
that's still going to be my long rest at this point.
I would still give you a long rest. You're just out cold. You might wake up a little bit later than everybody else.
Fine.
Cool. I tuck him in and make a final assessment of everybody in the room. And I snuggle up and pass out.
All right.
Bloop.
As everybody takes a long rest, the next morning appearing, you see the crests of some light coming from torches outside as it's early, maybe 6:30 in the morning. Those of you minus Big Tune currently who would choose to wake, you could smell what seems to be some form of meat down in the dining hall, and you hear commotion as the people of the town are waking up for the day.
Get up. I look at Attina and I go, breakfast? Yeah.
Attina's not there.
Oh,
I
no,
say, did
Attina,
you mean
sorry.
Arini?
Arini, sorry. There's I's and A's. I'm sorry. I'm still asleep. I'm sorry, Arini. I'm sorry. Yeah, do you want to go get breakfast? Sorry.
I'd probably be like messing with my hair, like, breakfast sounds good.
Yeah, my hair is down as well. It's like super disheveled. I look like the girl from The Ring. I'll, like, fix my hair. Put it on top of it.
I'd probably be like braiding it as we walk down the stairs.
I gotta shave the back of my neck. My cut is getting long. I gotta shave that.
Looks good.
Wow, appreciate it. Bixun is still passed out. Aethros. I like shake Aethros away. Aethros.
Yeah.
You wanna go
Yeah.
get breakfast?
Sure. Just give me like 5 minutes, and I fall
Alright.
back to sleep.
That's fine. And I go over to Iibryn and I kind of like, Iibryn, you wanna go get breakfast? You hungry?
My guy would kind of just take his hand and rub his eyes and yeah, let's go.
All right, come on.
Just kind of slowly slumber and get.
And I get to go over to Spit and I kind of like pull the drawer out a little bit more. Hey, bud. Kind of like pat him on the head. Hey, we're waking up. It's wake up time. We're gonna go get breakfast. Come on.
Breakfast food?
Yeah, food. It's breakfast time. We usually do, I mean, on a good day, 3 meals a day. So.
And his ears kind of like perk up. Okay.
Yeah, come on. Don't forget your jacket. Let's go.
He's about to like run out. You're like, don't forget your jacket. And he has to like go back inside and grab his jacket and come back, head back out with you.
Right.
I forgot the voice again. That was amazing. I hope I forget every time.
Man, just wait. I got plans for Spit.
Oh, I'm sure you do.
Like barrel down to the breakfast nook. Oh wait, no. As we're going down the stairs, I like look at the carpet and I go, "I'll be down in a minute." I flip the carpet over and I start mending the hole because it looks like nobody's fallen through it.
Nobody has fallen. Well,
Oh,
make a perception check.
I will make a perception.
Just
make a perception. Let's do a straight up perception. Yeah.
It's placed a little bit different than when you went to bed. You suspect that it is possible someone might have tried to step on it and felt their foot maybe go through, and they're like, "Oh, ain't doing that," and just
like covered it back up. Like, you, damn, some of these people finish fixing the hole.
Okay. As you use mending to fix the hole bit by bit, it takes you maybe about a minute or so.
It takes a few minutes. I like scamper out behind him. I have Spit next to me, and I'm like, it's way over Spit's head, but I'm like, no. This is just simple. We're just simple mending. I'm pulling the wood along and stretching it back and forming it. You can kind of see the particles in the arcane weave. This is a little bit too much for you, bud. I know, but just take notes.
And he's just like staring at you, like his head nodding very slowly.
Totally fine. I know. You're absorbing as much as you can. I fix the hole and all right, let's go get breakfast. Come on.
Okay.
Go downstairs to the nook.
He was way more excited about breakfast, and this you like talking about all this stuff. He's like, Is this how we go get breakfast? Just like a dog waiting for a treat.
This doesn't happen every morning. It's not a. Come on, let's go. Let's go. And head down to the nook.
All right, and as you, those of you who are not asleep, so everybody except for Aethros and Big Tune, you venture downstairs. You're able to find yourself a seat at a table or the bar. You would see that Marta from the east side, she brings you out an assortment of foods for you to begin your day. Price negligible, don't worry about it. As you're left to your own devices currently, Big Tune, Aethros, at any point now, you are more than welcome to join the party as well.
Is there still smells of meat?
Oh yeah, you like if they left the door open a crack, it would hit your nose like quickly.
I think I want to make a perception check to see if I notice it.
Yeah, go for it.
I am out like a light, so.
You smell like venison hitting your nose. Seasoned, cooked pretty well given the circumstances.
I'm down. Up.
So, as we're like sitting around the table, I'm talking to Iibryn, and Iibryn, and I've got like a random rock. I'm like, no, this is not the rock I'm gonna use, but this is the idea. The principle behind it is I'm gonna try to infuse like a stone with magic, and I'm gonna. Oh, hey, what's up, Big Tune?
Smell food.
Breakfast food, yes. And you just like oh yeah, like spit just like as he's like seeing you and you say breakfast, he just like spits out like a bunch of food from like his plate as he's like scarfing it down, like as if he's never eaten before, like so fast.
Take it easy, bud. We can. It's not going anywhere. We have plenty of food. It's okay, man. Chill.
Do we have like a collection of food, or is it like a plate apiece right now?
There's like a large like sum of meat on like a tray in the center of your table or between the group at the bar or wherever you decided to sit.
And I definitely sit down,
We ordered family style.
ideally right next to Spit, and basically follow his lead and just shovel food into my mouth with reckless abandon.
You do feel particularly parched from your adventure.
Yeah, I don't know how much I remember from that, but
There's mugs of water there's a bucket, a pail of fresh water, and I'm like pushing it in front of you too.
I'm walking down here like a soldier going to mess. Like just my food's gone in 3 minutes.
He's so fast. I don't under. Okay. All right. Cool. All right. So, what is on the menu for today, family? Shall we head to what's it called? Not the east
South?
way. Bryn Shander. Yes. Shall we head to Bryn Shander, knock out this iron ingot stuff, and travel and continue to adventure?
Yeah.
Iibryn
Yeah, I'm gonna go get my sword, so.
I look at Iibryn and I'm like, do you still want an animal, or are you cool with like Ugg and Tug?
My guy just remembers Ugg and Tug right now. I'm gonna look at Iibryn as my food's done and be like, yeah, that should work. I can go check on him right now.
We'll all go. Don't leave us. We'll all go, cause we gotta settle up, and we don't really need to do anything else in Tamerlane unless you guys really want to do something in Tamerlane. But yeah, we should probably hot-foot it down to Bryn Shander.
Then we have to go to Targos.
Oh yeah. Wait, should we go to Targos first and then Bryn Shander? I mean, it's
sword.
I would say let's just finish the Bryn Shander, and we still have to talk to the sheriff anyway to figure out who's been rigging the lottery as well. So knock those two out and then go to Targos.
Targos is... What was the key points in Targos? Hold on. I am looking at my stuff. And...
I was literally on the map.
Luskin Arms. What the heck what was that?
Looking for?
I'm trying to go through my notes, and wasn't there jobs? Was it in Bryn Shander? Or was it in Targos that we saw, like, work?
I think they would be posted all over. Like, aren't any of the big jobs posted everywhere?
They are. Last time we found out where they were. I don't know where my notebook went.
I know we've
Right.
seen stuff in. Well,
All right, so the bounty board. There's one in Bryn Shander.
for sure. Yeah.
Find missing fishermen. That's in East Haven.
Mhm.
Good something. I can't read my handwriting.
Mead?
Yes, good mean. Someone's stealing bread and flour, I think.
They're stealing
And then there's-
mead.
They're stealing mead and good mead.
And then Lonely Wood. There's an albino moose terrorizing the town.
What is in Tamerlane? Or what is in Targos that we're after?
That's what we just saw with the note, right?
Tina's note.
Yeah.
Oh, Attina's note is Targos. Sorry. Okay, that's what I'm thinking. I'm sorry.
I want to say too that's where Iibryn would be. Like I think that's also where I saw that floating message, like a almost dragon-like creature flying through the night.
Yeah, wasn't that where we
Cool.
all got dropped off? We all got dropped off at Targos, right?
No, we started here in
Oh, okay.
Tamerlane.
Okay. Okay. All right. Cool. Yeah. Yeah. Let's go. Let's knock out Bryn Shander. Let's just get that out of the way.
Sword.
Yeah. I mean, let's go get your sword. Let's knock that out. I gotta get armor, guys. This is ridiculous.
Plus, I really, I'd like to talk to them about maybe some more armor, or go look in the market there maybe for some stuff. So I'm down. Let's go.
Yeah, that's fair.
Let's go get Ugg and Tug.
Let's make our way to the stables.
All right, and you would have no issue walking across town. There's enough light between torches as well as the crusting sun on the horizon to just give you enough light to be able to see where you're going. You find the stables with relative ease. A different boy from the one that you gave the reins to essentially last night.
Is he okay?
He does in fact have all of his limbs intact.
Okay. Well, not this one, but is the other kid? I asked, what happened to the kid from before? Is he home safe?
Yeah, he his shift ended a couple hours ago, so I'm the one who took over.
No missing limbs?
Okay, so you are in fact the ones with the polar bears. And he like looks over, you look over and you see like there's other creatures here, like horses and stuff like that are under other ownership. Okay, that explains why he was very particular on making sure that they stayed fed. So I've been keeping them fed so that way I don't lose my own limbs.
Good. Fair enough. I look at Ugg and Tug and I do a full assessment. Are they in good condition?
Go ahead and make an investigation check for me.
It's gonna be bad. I don't know how well this is gonna go. I'm gonna guide myself.
Can I do one as well?
Yeah, go for it.
You could give me help. You could give me the help action. I could roll again. Oh, that's better.
They're in good condition.
Okay, good. Excellent. Then yeah, I get the kid. Hopefully, we all help rig them back up. Toss the kid a gold coin and appreciate it.
It's no problem.
I'd look at Arini. Should we give him some scritches?
Yes, we should. I'd walk over to the front of them, be like, "Hello, Ugg and Tug."
Whichever one she doesn't give scritches to, I'd give scritches to.
Didn't you claim like Tug or Ugg? Which one?
Tug's mine.
Okay, there you go. So you got Tug.
And they
I got to.
Are neutral in demeanor, if not maybe a bit friendly, as you give them attention.
I hand both of them a portion of the Yeti meat, and I'm like, maybe feed them so that way we can get like a good head start. You know what I mean? They're probably full, but it doesn't matter. They love treats.
I would take it and kind of break it down to like snack size if it's not already broken down, and toss one to
True.
Iibryn to give to Tug, and I'd put it down for
Tug.
Tug and be like, here you go, Tug.
It is polar bear snack size. So
And they have no issue eating said snacks.
yeah, thick. So yeah, we rock and roll. Let's rock and roll. Let's go.
All right, you're heading your way towards Brynshander. You heading? What road are
Yes.
you?
Yeah,
Are
we're
you-
gonna do.
Yeah, let me know what route you're planning on taking.
So it's gonna be a little wonky because obviously there's not a dotted line, but I guess right where the B is in Brynshander, if there isn't like a beaten path, we're just taking a straight shot down there.
Okay.
If it is at all possible.
Yeah, I would say that it would be doable.
And let's do the lightning tank. Let's get that out. Okay. Aethros, how's your animal handling?
I mean, I've never tried it before, so I'm sure it's great.
Okay, wicked. So, Aethros and I and Spit take up the driver's seat, and I am so. You know what? I'm gonna help you drive. Spit and I are gonna help you drive. So I hand Aethros the reins, and I'm gonna give you the health action to make an animal handling check.
Okay, then I'm gonna guide myself.
Sick.
Being my first time, it's like, okay, I got this.
No, you totally got this.
Yeah, totally got this.
You 100% got this.
I'm a natural. I told you, I'm good at everything.
You're great.
Except
You're perfect.
reading.
And Aethros has no problem getting the polar bears up and going as you begin your drive down to Termalane. I want it would be Aethros and anybody else from the party, one other person, to make perception checks for me
I'm sitting right next to him.
as you're
I'd like to.
venturing
Well, no, yeah.
down the path.
I'm gonna give you Aethros. I'm gonna give you the help action. Oh
Okay.
damn it!
Here
I'll
we
just
go.
roll it again then.
Yeah.
For another perception.
First one was way better.
Tell if it's a 1 or a crit.
Ooh.
Okay.
Where are you, Arini? Are you like by the fire? Where are you?
He's still in town.
Oh my God, Kevin! Be home alone to Arini.
As you make your way towards, essentially heading down the route towards Targos, you don't really see anything out of the ordinary. You see that there appears to be some form of winter storm beginning, but it's light enough snow that it doesn't hinder your travel. Doesn't appear to be a blizzard or anything like that. As you continue down the route, I would say you would reach the point where you feel you would need to turn off the main roadway to get to I guess make your straight shot to Brynshander. The amount of time that it takes to pass between Termalane and Brynshander in the lightning tank to get to that 2/3 point, it's going to be a total of about 6.5 hours.
Oh, we got time. I mean, like, ideally try to come through an adjacent part of the North Gate in Brynshander, but yeah, screw it. Let's go.
So as you reach that point where you need to turn off the road, is Aethros still the driver, or did somebody else take over driving after those 6.5 hours?
Are you good? Do you want to take a break?
Yeah, I can stretch my legs a little bit. I've been sitting here for a little while.
Yeah, go down in the bunk. Let somebody else come on up.
Okay. I'll get Big Tune.
Oh, all right.
Wicked. I like scooch over and grab the reins for a second, take over, and just kind of like chit chat with Spit.
and
Pull him
spit
on up then.
in his tongue. Chit chats back.
Perfect. I gotta learn Goblin. I'm gonna sit down with Aethros and we're gonna try. I'm gonna try to learn that. We're gonna get the phonemes and all the stuff down. Oh, hey, what's up, Big Tune?
Oh, Aethros sent me up here. What's going on?
Here, sit down. And I jam the reins into your hand, and I'm like, everybody's gotta learn how to drive. We're all learning how to drive.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and then I start going through the explanation, and I'm gonna have Spit give you the help action, and I'm gonna guide you.
And Spit starts spouting out how to control the polar bears in at times a cross between common and goblin. It would still give you the advantage on your roll, but you would get guidance from no, for an animal handling check.
Yeah. Wow.
Okay. All right. You're tugging too hard. Relax. You're pissing off the bears.
I don't like this. I like.
Yeah, as you pull out the reins to get them to go, the polar bears themselves kind of begin arguing amongst each other, like in roars and like ramming into each other as they are not moving forward.
I kind of just like shout at him. What's going on?
No, you can't. Yeah, don't yell at them. Don't yell at. Take the reins.
Would I hear the bears talking to each other? Like,
You would hear them.
growling?
You would hear the growling from down below. They're
And we're
pretty
definitely
loud.
not moving.
And then feel the stop.
Yeah.
Okay,
no.
I'm
Mama
gonna
bear.
go on up and cast Speak to Animals.
Here comes Mama Bear. You did it now, Big Tune.
Okay.
Not my fault they ain't moving.
No, you're too aggressive, and you're like,
Yeah, they need to move. Let's go.
No, it's not. This isn't like a regular cart with a donkey. These are our animals.
All right, so as you
I like move out of the way when Irini like steps in between us.
just like cracks her knuckles, cast Speak with Animals. Yeah, you would
I'm
hear
gonna go
them.
up, I'm like, what'd you do to my bears?
Do nothing. They did it to themselves.
He jerked the reins too hard, and then they started arguing.
Okay, I'd go on up. Ugh, Tug, you guys okay?
Ugg wants go left. Tug wants go straight. And then you hear like Tug say something like, "No, they want go straight. We know go left." And just like, because like you're at the point where you're supposed to turn off to go to Bryn Shander, so like the pull on the reins must have been confusing to them as they're like arguing with each other, and they're like two goats going at it.
Look at Big Tune and go, you confused them. Which way are we going? And I kind of look down at Oh No.
I was handed these reins.
All right. Hey, you know what? You can go back downstairs and play by the fire. That's cool.
I want to go play cards with Aethros.
That's fine. And I get Irini back up. I help her back up into the driver's seat. And as I'm explaining, I hand her the reins. I'm like, I'm trying to get him. We're going off the path. We're taking it straight down to Bryn Shander. We're not going through Targos. So we're taking it straight down the path. I guess when he aggressively pulled the reins, he confused the bears because he kept pulling them left and right and left and right.
So we're going straight still?
Well, we're gonna keep going off of the beaten path. So if you could explain that to them and let them know that we are shooting straight south from this point.
Okay. I look back at the bears, go, Ugh, Tug, sorry about that. He will not drive you anymore. We're continuing on south.
Mama Bear said no more behind the wheel for you.
Hey, just as a little aside, but I don't know that this will ever come in handy, but playing cards in my inventory listed as not proficient, but I am proficient.
Yeah.
Are you proficient in dexterity?
I'm proficient in playing card sets.
Same.
It's probably saying that because it's based off of your dexterity.
No, there's some classes where they get to choose proficiency in like gambling set, I think is what it is, or something like that.
Yeah.
Like you can choose dice.
I don't know where it came from, but yeah, I chose playing card sets.
So yeah, if you ever want to gamble with somebody, you get advantage, or you have your proficiency bonus.
Oh, so sounds like me and you should start an underground.
I'm trying to play cards with Aethros right now.
I mean, look, I'm all about this idea of having like a lounge club where Arini is singing and we have like a gambling den. I love this idea.
I got sleight of
immediately-
hand and can play cards.
Yo.
If Big Toon wants to start playing cards with Aethros, I immediately start to try and make bets with him.
Oh, all right.
And then I guess while they're playing cards, if Arini's got the speak of animals, would that alter the animal handling check or at least give her advantage?
It'll give her advantage, and it will also set a new DC. So I will let you know if you pass, but you get advantage on the roll.
I will give you guidance, Arini, while you're driving, and then Spit and I will basically. I mean, you have a better handle of this because you can actually talk to our animals. So
Okay, so I'm doing animal handling.
yeah,
Yep.
with advantage plus a 1d4.
Okay.
That's what's up.
And you're able to get them, get their thoughts straight and begin your carving path straight down through the snow. It will take about another 2 to 3 hours to get there because you're carving through an unpaved route, but you feel as though you'll be able to get there relatively easily.
I prestidigitate her warm. I prestidigitate Spit warm. I put my book in front of us, and I flip to Arini's page, and I make a note underneath Arini's name, and it says, like in quotes, "Mama Bear."
Iibryn, what have you been doing on this route south?
My guy's been on the roof, just kind of sitting there meditating.
I haven't built the
smoking his pipe.
rails yet.
Yeah,
I don't think he
my
cares.
guy's fine.
Yeah.
He's literally just kind of processing everything that's happened from the moment I was handed my mother's blades, trying to remember my past more, see if I can send a connection to a certain somebody, and just kind of processing what's happened in the last 48 hours as well.
Cool.
You are getting fleeced right now, Big Toon.
Well, I don't know for sure. He hasn't.
Iibryn,
Yeah.
make a history check when you have time.
Playing cards. Can I do an insight check to give myself a bonus? Be like, oh, he thinks he has a good hand. Just Dex. I
Yeah.
got this.
I'm going to say no to the insight check on this one.
Wait, oh!
As you both lay your cards down, it is the same value of hand, albeit different suits.
All right, double it. 2 gold coins for this next hand,
Okay.
I jumped up real quick.
and I'm gonna go first.
Okay.
Oh wait, sleight of hand. I don't even have that as a. Let's see. I'm feeling real confident.
You like actively pick up the deck and
Yeah,
shuffle.
I was trying to find the deception roll, see if I can do that. I'm feeling real confident with my hand. Oh wait, what? How do you beat me?
I win.
I want
Okay.
Big Toon make an insight check as he is trying to deceive you.
Oh, I probably won't pass this.
So you don't notice him literally taking certain cards from the deck as he lays his hand down. It is still lower than what your hand was.
He's like actively picking up the deck and like turned it over and shuffling through it.
Yeah.
In classic Aethros fashion.
Yeah.
So that is
But what I'm doing.
Big Toon is now currently up 2 gold.
All right, take that off. See, is there any skill I can use to help me out here?
As you those of you who are on the top layer between the riding seats and the roof would see that you are cresting a final hill, and you see the walled structure of Bryn Shander about a mile out in the distance.
Ooh, all right. Arini, you're okay. You're knocking it out of the park this week. You are knocking it out of the park. Just saying.
Thanks, Ono.
Thank you. You got us with the bears and the command, and then all over the map.
Yeah, Ugg and Tug are cool.
These are awesome. These are awesome bears. These are like that's just. I have so many plans for this caravan. The lightning tank is gonna be awesome. And I'm like I'm like punching the air.
I'm just gonna look at the boys and be like, "Love you guys."
I like gleam, put sparkles over us. My love extends to you as well.
Iibryn, as you are meditating on the roof, you when you hear in the back of your head the name Hedrun, you can't place where you've heard that before, but the name does not sound 100% foreign.
Okay.
Ooh.
As the party, well, actually, Athros, Big Tune, are you playing another hand, or
I kind of lean
Sure,
back
one
when
more.
I'm in that hand and just like,
You said 6 hours. They have gotta. This has got to be one of them's got to be up at least a couple gold, like
Yeah.
10, 15 gold.
Do we want to do one more hand and say it counts for 10 gold?
I mean,
Just straight sleight of hand checks.
well, I'm using my,
his proficiency in
yeah, my,
cards?
I'm literally using my playing.
Yeah.
Go for it.
I don't have the proficiency bonus, but.
Ooh, man.
Oh, I was hoping for that crit fail.
As Big Tune is now up a total of 12 gold.
Whoa. Big money spender.
You're cheating. I accuse Big Tune of cheating.
Oh, sorry. I just win.
Fucking sore loser.
Big Tune's just
Absolutely.
playing.
You know what?
Big Tune's just playing with scented cards.
Detect magic. What are you doing?
Big Tune is playing poker while Athros is playing Go Fish.
He's casting out on all of the Icewind
Yeah.
Dales here.
As you freaking you use your detect magic, there is absolutely zero magical presence coming off of Big Tune right now.
Insight. I'm gonna guide myself.
I don't even know how to cheat. I barely even know what we're doing.
He's been playing the most honest game of poker.
He's being completely straightforward with you.
He is so honest.
It's fine. You want your money back here? You can have it.
Nope. You want it fair and not square.
There's
It's
an
all
angry
yours.
finger. Athros is shaking at Big Tune.
Yeah.
I'll buy you dinner.
After I gave you all that catnip, this is how you repay me by
What?
taking more of my money.
Yeah, wait. Where did you get that?
I mean, look, dealer's not gonna just give up his supply. All right.
All right.
What are you, Walter White now? What are we about to go out in the desert and start growing catnip?
Look, I'm not gonna say no.
That's a side hustle. That's the side hustle we do.
Yeah.
We get every Leonin we see hooked on catnip and milk.
Mhm. Look, first you gotta create the addict, then you gotta supply them.
Oh, okay. So wait, we're approaching.
You would be approaching. Let me take a look at the map once. See where you would have cut over.
In a certain amount of time. I look at Arini and I'm like, "You got this." I'm gonna run downstairs real quick. I like it's something to check, and I go and grab. I had dried. I just should have said this out loud. But like while I was screwing around with the intestines to make Big Tune like essentially lactate, I've dried over the fire pit or our little area intestines so that I can do it not wither wet, but like have like a dry medium to work with.
Yeah, I would say that is it's dry enough that you could use it. It's been sitting there for a while.
Awesome. So yeah, I pocket that and I'm like, I'm gonna mortar and pestle this later. And I roll back up to the driver's seat. I'm like, okay, sorry. I had to check something before we went into town.
As you the lightning tank approaches the north gate, The doors themselves currently closed, as you have 2 guards standing post outside. Those of you who are currently out between the driving and the roof decks would see that there are several other guards posted along the walls that seem to be making rounds. As the 2 stationary, one of them begins their slow approach to your location as you're maybe like 30 feet out from them.
I look over at Iibryn and I go, all right, hopefully this is going to be nice and easy. I kind of shout out, hail!
Hello. You are approaching the city of Bryn. What is your purpose here?
This at every gate. We're headed into town. We've got we've business with the I don't stumble. We have business at the Black Iron Blades, and also we got to stable our bears. I know that it's probably weird for us to take these straight through town, but please don't make us drive around to the south gate.
And he like looks at the bears, Ugg and Tug, who seem, honestly, at this point, they're a little ornery, but still on like the neutral pseudo-content side. They're not going to bite anybody, are they?
I look over at Iibryn and I go,
Oh, they're good boys.
you heard the boss.
I want you to make a persuasion check for me, Iibryn. You can get advantage with Ono's help.
Oh, sick. Okay, cool. Oh.
And he like looks at the bears and looks at you. Let me see how he feels.
He feels like Ugg and Tug are good boys.
Yeah. Ugg and Tug are
They
great.
know people aren't food.
When they are.
I mean,
Should we get any word that any man, woman, or child, or any of their pets for that matter, are food for these bears, they will be eliminated swiftly. I hope you understand.
Completely. They're on a strict Yeti and venison diet.
I'm gonna glare at him.
They don't. I was about to whisper to Iibryn and I go, nope. I lean and kind of whisper in the direction, but loudly say this to the guard. Please don't upset Mama Bear.
Bears aside, what did you say your purpose was for the city today?
We have business with the proprietors Black Iron Blades. We have lost cargo that they have lost on our possession. And we also need to make a pit stop at the House of the Morning Lord. And ideally...
The sheriff.
And the sheriff.
After hearing you say that you had lost cargo for Black Iron Blades, his attention kind of perks up a little bit. You must be the ones who accepted that quest of theirs.
Yeah, that would technically be us. We are the Broken. This is our awesome tank. And this is our footman, Spit. Say hi, Spit.
Hi. And he sees, like, he waves, enthusiastically down at the guard, who kind of just, stares back up at him. I don't think you like me.
That's fine. It's okay. Some people aren't going to like you, bud, and that's okay. We love you, so it's okay.
Okay. And he, just settles into, next to whoever's driving right now. And,
between Iibryn and I.
And, the guard looks, at you once more, Ona. You can proceed.
Appreciate it.
I would strongly encourage you to go to the stables first before making your way there, lest not cause a bit of a attention draw, if you know what I mean.
While I completely agree with you, Black Iron Blades is kind of on the way to the stables, but, hey, totally understand. If we keep them in full attentive order, no one will get harmed. But thank you. And it's just one of them?
It's him, and then there's another guard who's standing right next to the gate entrance.
I toss him 2 gold, and I go, here, on us for your drink later tonight.
And he catches the coin and gives you a reaffirming nod. If you have any issues with the other guards, so long as the bears aren't causing trouble, you can tell them that them being in the town has Sergeant Gruff's approval.
Sergeant Gruff, we thank you so much.
Right. And, like, he yells back to the person at the gate entrance, "Open the gate!" And they're like, "Are you sure?" He's like, "Yes, open the gate." And they, between the chain of command yelling to open up the gate, you see that the doors split open as they push inward, allowing you entry into the city of Brynchander once more.
That was all you, Iibryn. Heck yeah. Woohoo.
Whoop, whoop.
I hope we make that noise. I assume Spit makes that noise, and the bears must growl like.
It is a beautiful sight to see.
Yeah.
As you make your way down the northern roadway
I was
in
gonna say,
Brynchander.
as I notice us stop, because I am very excited to get this sword, I will kind of poke my head up to see what's going on when we do stop, and I'm kind of just paying attention to what's going on now as we roll down.
So I pop up in the seat and I turn over and if you're poking your head out like on the roof where Iibryn is, I'm like, oh, perfect. Do you guys want to? I don't know if you guys heard Sergeant Gruff, really cool guy, totally nice guard, probably our best friend now. Do you guys? He suggested we go. He suggested we go to the stables first before going to Black Iron Blades. We're gonna pass straight by Black Iron Blades.
You can drop me off.
I mean,
Catch up to me.
well, we have to come. Well, we have to come back with all the iron. That's the thing. We have to unload all the iron. So we have
True.
no choice but to stop at Black Iron Blades first.
True.
So
Or we could let.
I would rather.
Iibryn and Iibryn take the polar bears down to the stables.
Yeah, we can unhook them. We'll walk them down.
I'm sure
You'll
they
just hear
wouldn't
my guy from the top of the. That's fine with me.
I feel. While I love that slice of chaos, two unhooked bears walking through Brynchander sounds super cool.
for being ridden.
They're okay. Two awesome ridden polar bears, ridden by two awesome members of our family. It's totally cool. Probably not the best. Maybe
What?
Iibryn.
They're good boys.
They are
For me,
good
but I
boys.
don't see any difference because they're gonna be going through town one way or another.
Maybe Iibryn and Iibryn hang out with the bears to make sure that they don't eat anybody, while we do quick business. And like Bictoon and Aethros can help me unload all the ingots, and we can settle up, and he gets a sword, and then we can party or something. I don't know. Just a suggestion.
I feel like as soon as Ono would have suggested Iibryn and I go down, my guy would make his way off the roof, and he's now with everybody else.
Checks
Like
out.
I assume we're like slowly driving through the north gate of the Brynchander, just driving through as people are like gasping as bears.
Yeah, they're like,
through.
making way and like stepping off to the side. Some people like for buildings that have like stairs leading up to their main entrance are like walking up to like the porch type area to avoid being anywhere near these bears. A couple of guards kind of give you looks up and down, and they can still hear Sergeant Gruff at the door, like giving the okay for them to be in here, and like just being very concerned, but not actively getting in your way.
They're completely trained. They're trained. It's okay. Just don't bother with them. They're literally bears. It's like slapping a horse on the butt. You don't want to do it
I
because
know you guys are just jealous.
that too. I like look over my shoulder and kind of coyly smile at Bictoon.
As you would find yourself, honestly, with all the commotion, you would see stepping outside of Black Iron Blades. I had to get my thing back up here.
And Garn, I believe.
Yep, that is right.
Yes, you would see Garn stepping out from inside. And he like looks up and down.
Yo,
Is that
G!
is that who I think it is?
Yeah,
Hey.
you know, guys. You thought I was gonna leave that sword behind?
Well, I didn't think you were going to leave it behind. I just didn't think I'd see you so soon.
Well-
It was nothing but a thing.
We're really good at what we do.
You got the ingots, though.
We did. I go to the storage hold, and bring up the remains and very like subserviently and putting it out there. I'm like, this is all we could find, Vodbach, but we slayed the Yetis that did this to him.
That was very polite of you. And he would, while a bit grossed out, would take the remains.
It's wrapped.
He kind of takes it and kind of puts it off to the side, up on like the entryway by Black Iron Blades. You got all the ingots we're missing?
Yeah.
287, I believe, is what you were requesting.
That is correct, young man.
And then we go. I grunt. And then we go and count out 287.
And they are all
Yeah.
there.
We may have even more business for you. After we're done with this, let's step inside.
And I look at Aethros and Irini, and I'm like, you guys got the bears? You guys are on bear duty.
Hop on off and walk in front of them and start giving them scritches. I
Yeah,
got
me
'em.
too. I give him a big hug.
Whoa. Well,
I
that's
toss Yeti
that's my
meat.
bear.
I toss. Okay, they're the families. They're the family bears. Okay, they're not your bears. I toss both of the bears Yeti meat.
If anything, are my bears.
I mean,
Alright.
at this point, Mama Bear is kind of in charge.
Yeah, it's tossing him the Yeti meat would give Aethros the ability to approach and just give him a big old hug.
Nice.
I kind of look at Ugg and Hug like, he cool.
And they give you like an affirmative, like growly grunt.
I do feel like
I kinda want-
that GIF is basically us pulling up to their shop. So you're good. You're good.
Yeah.
Accurate. As
I look at Irini and I whisper to her like, "Can I wrestle one of these guys?"
No. No. Hard no.
That's a hard no. I know where this is improv, but that's a hard
I wouldn't
no.
even like look at him. Just looking at the
Okay.
bear still. Hard no.
But
I'm standing behind Irini and I'm just nodding my head, yes.
I'm like, I put my arms up. I'm like, "Rawr! I'm a big bear! Rawr!"
I can just feel them rolling their eyes at you.
I can feel a cringe.
I'm still nodding yes. Like mouthing yes, wrestle them.
Come on, Kitty. We've got business to do.
What?
Like, it can be playful wrestle, like, you know, no claws, no magic.
But yeah,
I-
then I turn around and
I look at
commotion.
Tug and eyeball Tug, and I'm like, please,
Okay.
please don't.
Oh no, I want you to make, with advantage, an animal handling check for me.
Oh, good lord.
As you're just like, please don't do this.
I'm guiding myself because I have no idea what's gonna happen.
They seem to respond to you.
Okay, just listen to Mama Bear, and we'll. Come on, Kitty, let's go. We got business to take care. Aethros, you coming in? You're gonna hug a bear.
I'd look at you and be like, you can go.
But I really want to wrestle a bear.
You're not wrestling a bear.
Okay.
Make a handshake with it.
Can
Let's keep it
I
handshake.
do an opposed animal handling skill to see if it wants to try and maybe wrestle me?
I will allow it.
Gonna initiate a grapple, and we're just gonna watch
Okay.
this bear just kind of like shake you
Yeah.
off.
I'm not gonna guide myself. I'm just gonna give him like, rah, yeah, come on, get.
No, I was gonna say just turn your hug into a
Yeah.
grapple.
He's the Russian dude from all those videos, like dancing with a bear.
Yeah.
Aethros, as you're making your like fight me type like behavior, you see the polar bears look to you. They look at Irini, who like I feel like is giving them like the "don't you dare" like
Mhm.
mom look, and they look at each other, and then they look at you, and they just kind of let out like a "Ugh," just like grunt, but they don't do anything like not what you're hoping. Just like they acknowledge that you're trying, but they do not seem interested.
I give him like the
basically
sad
farts on
puppy
you.
dog eyes, turn around, and slowly walk away. Defeat.
I'd give them extra
Sadness.
scritches. Good boys.
You're just like, so defeated.
Yeah. It's like, but I want to wrestle.
Yes.
It's gonna be fun.
As
Basically what I think Tug would be doing.
as the ingots are finished being unloaded from the cart or the lightning tank into Black Iron Blades, Ono and Bictoon and whoever else was planning on joining inside would be able to enter the establishment.
I like look over
Well,
at Bictoon. I'm
I
like,
say if it's gonna be nobody else, then I guess it's just us two.
it might just be us. Look, I'm
No, I
fine
was
with
gonna go
that.
with you guys.
Okay,
Oh,
that's
alright.
cool. Because I know Iibryn is gonna snuggle up on Tug. That's totally cool. Tug does love Scutches now. I think he loves him more than Ugg. Also, I think the dynamic is like Ugg might be the older sibling up in their pack. Maybe, I don't know. That's just me. I think I gotta ask Arini to ask them that. We'll do it later. Like
I
walk up
turned
to the
to-
counter.
I don't even respond. Yeah, I just turned to Garn. So, anyways,
Yeah, I think I know why you're here.
part of why I'm here.
And he goes to the back and he brings out, wrapped in a nice sheath, flare glimmer. I think it's well earned. Not a single ingot missing. I was expecting maybe a few, but you did good.
And I like point out the one ingot. Like I did scrape one of them, unfortunately, but that was in order for us to find them. So
Yeah, it's negligible. Don't you
Awesome.
worry.
So, speaking of this iron that we have retrieved for you, and by no means am I trying to force you to do anything, but would more than gladly commission if you have. I mean, it seems to me your abilities are good enough that you might be able to make me some better armor than what I'm wearing.
Me too. Me too.
I was gonna ask if I could get some time in your forge. Do.
Gladly paid for it all. Don't worry, like we'll take care of you guys.
I'll help build it.
Well,
I'll help him help build it.
what kind of armor are you looking for?
I mean, just something better than what I'm wearing. That kind of like, you know, move around like the clothing and so like anything that's blocking the actual armor and like show you can see it's kind of beat up and
I start pointing out
finished.
very specific locations in his armor that he is like actively what he's describing as like battlefield, like, yeah, so this is the problem right here. And I'm trying to give a very technical answer, like, yeah, no, the chain link in between the shoulder pauldron and his chain underneath is
And in the
pinching.
middle of all that, I say, I want turtle armor. I want to look like a turtle.
You want to look like a turtle.
Yeah, like with a big shell on the back, and be able
You
to tuck
heard him.
myself in.
You heard the man.
Yeah,
It's
turtle
not
armor.
weird.
Come
It's
on.
not a weird request. It's kind of a weird request.
I like turtles. All right.
I don't think you guys have turtles in here. The major export up in the north is scrimshander from a big fish. I don't think they have turtles up here. But you know what? Not gonna argue.
Yeah, I don't have a turtle shell to make armor out of up here.
No. You take the iron, make it look like a turtle shell,
Oh, you want
or like a shield that looks like a turtle shell. That's it. Yes.
Oh,
Turtle shield. And then like plate armor.
My ears perk up. Please, I can help you make that.
I could probably fashion something for you. A little bit better than that chainmail that you're wearing.
Okay. Yeah.
It looks like to both Athros and Bictoon in that, 'cause I think you're both wearing chainmail, aren't you?
Yeah, indeed.
I am. Yeah.
We'd be looking at something like probably splint, since I don't think you could afford plate. But it'd be better than what you have by a little bit.
I mean, how much are you thinking for like a plate mail?
Up here, you'd be looking at about 14 to 1500 gold pieces.
Yeah, you were right then.
Splint, though, I could probably do a little fiddling with Splint. Give it a little extra something. That'll run you about 250.
I like that. I like that number.
Okay. And if I sell you the chainmail that I got on right now,
I'll just give you mine, but it sounds good.
I mean,
negotiate, barter. Come on, Big Two.
Do what now?
you give me your chainmail. I could drop the price by about 40 gold pieces.
Oh, all right.
Deal.
Yep. Yep.
I'll let you know what the total is when I'm done. But if you're both interested, it'll take me a little bit.
For sure.
Okay, and the turtle shield?
And he looks down at, he looks, I guess not down, he'd look across to, Onao, since they're very similar in stature.
Yeah. Well, I figure he's on a stool and I'm sitting on the counter.
Yeah. I suppose with your help, I think we could make a turtle shell shaped shield.
Yeah, and I mean, like, if you if you happen to have like a chain shirt or some hide lying around, I'd like to. I have nothing, so I would like to just pick that up. You don't even have to make it. I can make it myself, but I have. Yeah, I want to get in. I want to get into that forge. I want to help you. If I can help in any regard.
I'm sure you and I can work something out.
Yeah.
Like, how long are you thinking this is gonna? I know I'm not trying to rush you, but I'm just trying to get an idea.
Well, I have a couple pieces of, hold on. I have a couple pieces that I've started before I ran out before. It'd probably take me a day or two worth of time between melting down the metal and, the whole process to get both sets done. I could probably have one done by tomorrow. It'd be the partially complete set. The other one I'd have to do from scratch.
Oh, man, all right.
So it'd take me about 2 days, I'd say. You can keep your chainmail until then.
Okay.
I look over at Big Tune and Aethros, and I'm like, I smile. I just got a big smile on my face.
Now, friends, was that all you came here for? Or, I mean, I'm not in no way. Like, you've returned my ingots. You're always welcome to spend time here in Black Iron Blades. But, you all look like you've seen something. It just seems to emanate on your faces.
We did kill 2 Yetis to get this ingot, and I know that Spit's not here. And we murdered a small cabal of goblins to acquire the remainder of it. So, we've seen some stuff.
We did some stuff.
We did some stuff. I mean, I would love to, while I'm helping you, I'd love to, make a couple things on the side if that's possible. I'd love to buy some supplies from you so we can re-up. We did get an awesome new vehicle that I want to try to, incorporate while I'm here in our off time. I try to get some rails and some more safety measures inside of there, maybe a little bit of armor that's not too heavy on the bears. Just, and I have a small, I say small, but it's like a full page of illuminated text that I'm like, we just want to, we just want to get a couple of things done. I feel like we should be asking more stuff, though.
Right. I would agree that your wagon of sorts could probably use some reinforcement or something, or safety tools. It looks very haphazard. Definitely. I know you didn't make it.
Progress. No, she's a work in progress, and we acquired this through clandestine means. So we're just trying to refit it, make it appropriate. Also want to make it a little bit easier for our animal companions who are toting us along, trying to make it a little bit less of a burden on them because we're obviously adding more stuff to it. Also, how crazy would it be? I know it's ridiculous. I want to put a forge inside of there. I think we can do it, a small one.
That's something I think that's something you could do.
Fist pump in the air.
It'd be a bit heavy, but it wouldn't be too cumbersome.
Nothing crazy. It's not like we're making full on.
It's not like you're making what I have here to take with you.
I mean, yeah, not yet. I mean, I have.
I'm talking full size. Like, I have a whole back of my shop.
Oh yeah,
Your
no,
wagon
yeah.
ain't that big.
No. But within reason.
You and I can talk.
I look at it and I'm like, I know it may be a weird offshoot. No, we did not. I'm going to answer your question out loud, Nick.
Just don't want to interrupt your talking.
Figured you wouldn't happen to have any spare like tool pouches lying around, would you? Like maybe a glass blower set, or I know I bought up your Smith's tools last time, but you wouldn't happen to have like any other like tool sets lying around? Just you wouldn't happen to have them, have them.
Don't want to waste your money at Torg's, do ya?
Look, we have.
He like chuckles, like jokingly.
Yeah, I reciprocate the chuckle. And I look over at both Athros and Big Toon. We have come to the many realization that Torgs, they're low down, dirty scoundrels that obviously have been scaling the market in their favor. We, as an offshoot of what we're doing, plan to fix that. And yeah, I don't want to give business to people who are low down, dirty scuzzballs. I'm part of my language.
Yeah, I understand. I don't know if I exactly have a set lying around, but I'm sure I could put enough stuff together to make one for you. I usually carry some of those supplies, and I haven't used it really recently. I'll probably have that together for you by the time your armor's ready.
Excellent. Well, I guess, ingots unloaded. I guess, what was it, like middle afternoon? No, it was late, no, it's like late evening, right? It's 6 hours, probably like late evening right now.
Yeah, I have it at about 5 p.m., almost going on 6 at this point.
So, bright and early tomorrow morning, I guess I will be knocking on your door, and we'll be knocking out some blacksmithing.
Right, I look forward to it. Until then, enjoy your stay. I mean, you've been out in the cold. Enjoy some amenities, I suppose.
No, yeah, this is yeah.
It's warm in here. I kind of
It's
like my
toasty.
shoulders a few times.
Yeah, it's the forge. I
do like it.
Oh man, yeah. Okay, cool. So yeah, I look at Athros. Athros, you need anything else, bud?
No, just turtle shields.
Turtle shield. Got it. It's on my list. I have a list.
I read your list. I don't see it.
It's right. I like. I
Draw a picture of it.
I take my pen on my spell book. I have my pen doodle out very clearly and very like elementary common turtle shell shield dash Athros.
All right, now it's on the list.
Okay, that's what it was right there, 2 lines above, but that's fine. That's fair enough. Okay, let's rock and roll. Walk out. I assume we're looking at this picture of Iibryn snuggling up on Tug.
What I just sent is going to be all of us outside with the bears.
Yes, we bears.
As you return to this site outside, the overall appearance of the town, the townsfolk, still giving you this very concerned look, but it seems to be a bit less so as you're handling the bears just fine yourselves.
Perfect. This makes.
We're all just in a snuggle pile.
Yeah, this makes perfect sense. All right, guys.
I tried.
We
I
can
tried
go.
enticing to wrestling again.
They're in like a snuggle pile. I assume like I assume Ugg is like he just grabs you and like puts you in the pile. Just
Hold on.
stop acting weird. Get in there.
I would say that it would be Ugg that you are up to trying to get to fight or like wrestle, and like right in your face it just lets out this like rather frustrated but mighty roar of some sort, Like you can feel
Onto the
like this.
ground.
You can feel like the spit like coming off of its mouth as it just roars in your face.
Can I do an insight check to see if like it's a friendly roar, like playful roar?
Yeah, go for it. You have no idea.
I would really like to, because of my lack of ability apparently to roar. I kind of like watched him, and I really want to try. I want to try to let one out too. Absolutely meaning nothing, like not at it. I just want to make a noise.
Okay.
I guide you.
Yeah.
I don't know if it could help.
You don't know. You could hit a nat 20. You could hit a 4 on the guidance. Or you could hit that. That's a 19.
It is probably the best roar you've let out in a long time.
Literally, that's the best one he's done yet.
I finally unleash a mighty roar.
Oh, I had this queued up.
All right, where is the party going? What's the party doing?
Yeah, so we should stable the bears and let them rest. They've been working all day. And then we should walk about town. I mean, we should probably actually go and crash. I mean, it's getting late. Unless you guys want to just go party or something, or I don't know what you guys want to do.
Crush a little bear, but
All right.
I would assume Ugg and Tug have laid like back down at this point. Me and Iibryn are still just laying on him, like whatever.
Yeah, I'm just looking at my sword like, I'm happy now.
Toss both of the bears some food.
And they take it happily.
All right, well, yeah. Do you guys want to just stable the bears, knock that out real quick, and then just kind of figure out what we do? We either talk to the sheriff. He's probably still at work. I mean, like, that guy's always working. Or we can go to the Northlook and get messed up. We can see the progress on the crater we made in the middle of the
oh yeah,
Ooh, yeah.
You guys want to do that?
just go check that out. Yeah.
Okay, screw that. Let's skip going to the stables. Let's go straight to the ground zero.
Okay. So you hit town square and you see that like to the southwest is like where the stables are. You immediately just take a hard left and go straight west to where the cold storage and the crater from a few days ago was.
Yeah.
As you get there and you pass the cold storage building itself, reaching the crater, you see that 95% or so of the debris that was in there has been cleaned out, and it's on like a giant pile in the far back. You see that there's still like a guard or two that are like kind of keeping an eye on like the area as they make their rounds, but you don't. It looks like the aftermath of what happened is, for the most part, taken care of.
All right, so they're making progress. Good deal. All right. Nothing really looks out of the ordinary. I mean, for the most part.
Yeah, for the most part. I mean, like, there's a couple, like, partial buildings that were on fire that you can tell, like, they've had new wood kind of put over or, like, replaced in certain areas. A couple houses have been, like, boarded up, essentially, and, like, there's, like, boards over the doors so you can't go inside. Those being, like, deemed unworthy of being lived in right now. But otherwise, it seems, for the most part, the city's kind of acclimated around this little crater. I say little, it's actually pretty big, but still.
Yeah. I guess, man, in like a year or two, this is going to be like a site of remembrance or something. It's going to be crazy. Anybody want to do anything else? I thought there would have been cooler stuff over here, but yeah, it's just crater.
I would say we should probably find some to put the bears so they can rest.
Yeah,
and
let's get
if the sheriff's available, find some rest for the night.
Cool. That works. Stable the bears. We don't have to roleplay that.
No.
I pay the stable hands happily. I go through the same thing that we did with the first stable hands.
Right. And you'd be met with a very similar response. Again, super inquisitive, concerned, but you pay them the gold and they understand the message.
This one's Ugg. This one's Tug. That's Mama Bear. This is Tug's keeper for the time being. Please treat them nicely. They're happy bears. Obviously, meat is the best action. They love scutches, but I wouldn't encourage you to do them without supervision. And we move on.
When he says that, I'd look at Iibryn. What he means is,
What?
Yeah, you cut
Wait,
out on
what?
me.
when Ono would say, like, give him scritches, but I wouldn't do that without supervision, I would gesture towards Iibryn and myself. What
Yeah.
it means is with not one of us here. Or with one of us here.
Yes.
One of these kids is like a ranger in training, and he's like, I actually work with bears, so this is cool.
Yeah, they would be concerned, but they would take your message to heart to
Bam.
not try and scritch the bears.
Wicked. I dropped 2 gold on the counter, and I'm like, all right, cool. Let me rock out of there. You guys wanted to? Did you guys say you wanted a sheriff, or were we just trying to go to the North Look?
I'd say skip the sheriff.
All right, cool.
Catch him in the morning.
That works.
Yeah, he's just gonna be busy. He's not gonna have anything done since the last time we talked to him.
And the coffee is still going to come out of that barrel.
Oh yeah.
That's fair. Cool. So, yeah, I guess we saunter up through the town and make our way, I guess, to the North Look, I guess?
Okay. It takes you, a little bit of time to get there as you're walking all the way across town. The night itself, truly beginning to settle in. There's no trade in the square at this time of day. People, for the most part, are entering their houses to get out of the cold or wherever. You don't really see a lot of people on the streets going into this evening anymore. As you enter the North Look, you see the familiar sight of Scramsacks cleaning a glass at the counter, a couple patrons in the bar, one at the counter, a couple at a different table playing some form of card game, and then there's a couple people sitting around more comfortable chairs at the hearth. A whole mix of races ranging from dwarves to halflings to human. Well, I didn't think I'd see all of you back so soon. He grins and kind of uses his hand to usher, or not usher, but signal that there's plenty of space available up at the bar. Can I get you a drink?
Can I make a perception check to see if there are any people in here that saw Irini's performance from when we were here?
Yeah, go for it.
Wicked. I'm gonna guide myself.
Yep.
Looking around. Yeah. Anybody's noticed Irini?
As you look around, you see that there are the 2 people at the table that are playing some form of card game. They look at each other and they look at the general party direction. Couple back and forth glances, and then one of them kind of whispers at the other. You feel as though they might recognize, at the very least, the party, but probably Irini.
Kind of nudge Irini on her knee. I'm like, you might have another performance tonight. If you're up for it, no pressure.
I'm just gonna crack my knuckles okay.
Yes. Yes. Yeah, we make our way up to the bar. I clean off a nice spot. I put spit right up next to us. All right, we're not going to go as crazy as we did the other night, because the other night we were celebrating, so we're going to kind of conservative beveraging.
You say so.
I look over a picture and I'm like, it's fine if he gets drunk. It's fine. It's not that big a deal. And I Scramsacks, I'm like, yeah, can we get a thing of wash water for him? And then round for everybody.
He nods and he gets everybody who would want one a tankard of ale, and then he would get the special wash water for spit at the counter. Not really paying as much mind as some of the other people have with the fact that there's a goblin with your group. Scramsacks is a bit of an older seasoned warrior himself, so he doesn't seem to care nearly as much.
He's in a decent piece of coat. He's in a he's well kept.
He ain't gonna cause no trouble.
Do you have any milk?
Yeah. Oh, wait. Oh, yeah. If you're gonna get a milk, do you have any like high grain alcohol, like high octane?
He like shakes his head to Big Tune. No, I'm sorry, I don't have any of that for you today. Haven't gotten a supply from the south anytime recent.
Oh, look, a little dejected.
That's probably for the best. It's okay.
Did you say you were looking for like essentially like a heavy
Everclear.
Yeah, okay.
Essentially, yeah. If they, what would be considered like Everclear or moonshine equivalent.
I got something special in the back, don't worry.
Chow. All right.
And he would disappear and come back out with a rather large but like clear looking bottle, a cork on the top that he struggles for a moment but then pulls off, and you see like wisps of like a foamy mist coming up from the inside.
Ooh, fancy. The heck is that?
This is what we call here in Brinshander the Raging Bull.
Raging Bull. Oh, okay. That is so wicked. All right.
If anyone's interested, this stuff hits you hard.
Well, I
How?
I pull. This is gonna be so freaking weird. I pulled the dry intestines out. I put it on the table, and I pull out a vial, an empty vial, and I'm like, could you fill up this vial halfway through, and then I guess pour a couple of shots for the family?
Wanna try?
No, we're trying it. Yeah,
absolutely.
we're definitely trying it. I need this for experimental purposes, but yeah, I just want to. Could we fill it? Yeah, let it around for everybody. Spit. Maybe I'm not.
Spit try?
No, we're gonna hold off on spit. And the spit. This is probably too much for you, bud. I don't want you to get sick.
You would see his ears go from being like super perky to like droop.
Come on, don't be mean to spit.
All right, fine. Give him like a half shot.
And he's like his ears perk back up again. For the total amount for like everybody who wants a shot, so if the whole party wants to take a shot of this Raging Bull, and for spit as well as your half vial is going to bring the total to about 5 gold pieces. It's a very expensive drink for up here.
Holy crap!
What is it? 10 silver to a gold, right?
Yeah, it's 10 silver to a gold.
Throw 1 gold, 5 silver in.
All right. I'll throw in 3 gold.
I look at my wallet or like my bag of coins and realize I don't know how many to give, and I look at I'm like,
I reach into his pouch. I pull out 2. What would be the remainder of 2 gold? I slide the silver back to Big Tune, and I go, we're this many off, family.
Fine. Tip. I don't want the silver.
Fine. Okay. Jeez, man.
Things even.
And he pours each of you a shot worth of this beverage. Is everybody taking a shot?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Iibryn, you getting another?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah, he should have no problem.
All right.
Hell yeah.
I seem to recall him having absolutely no problem with whatever the hardest liquor was in Termaloine. So
Yeah, that's true. You're pretty good with it. So yeah, you're pretty all right.
All right. It should have sent everybody to roll a Constitution check for me.
I did not get it, but I will.
I did not get it either.
Hold on. Give me a second then.
You're good.
although I don't know, mine's a different color. So you at least saw it together.
Deal nothing.
See, I'm starting to think when Iibryn goes through some shit, Dakota's doing stuff on the back because my rolls tend to go south quick.
So
with my wonderful nat 1.
I don't
The
know.
dice mod for the RNG.
I don't know why it doesn't request rolls for Athros or Ono, but send me a private GM roll, so that public roll menu, drop it to a private GM roll for this one.
Is that why it's
So
a
you
different
saw mine?
color?
That's why it's a different color, yeah.
For a Constitution, you said?
For a Constitution check.
Private GM
Alright.
roll.
Check or saving throw?
Check.
I'm gonna guide Spit. I'm not guiding myself.
Oh yeah, I
I'm
gotta make one
guiding
for Spit too.
Yeah, I'm gonna guide myself. I got this. I'm confident.
I'm gonna be shit faced.
At least I think I'll be all right.
Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
regardless of what happens, I'm gonna think I'm alright.
Was that roll
Okay.
private? Did I go private?
Anything?
Yes.
I didn't show
you're-
up.
So
Okay, cool.
I got everybody's rolls. Okay. So as you all take this shot, Spit included, Iibryn, you don't feel anything right now. Everybody else, hold on.
You're on babysitting duty, Mom.
Apparently, I can handle my liquor.
Okay. So everybody else, you feel this really, really warm sensation in your chest. Nothing that you're like you're used to drinking alcohol, feeling the warmth of the substance as it either goes down your throat or as it hits your stomach. But this stuff, this stuff hits you as if it feels as though physically like you've gotten kicked in the chest by some form of hooved creature. Each and every one of you, except for Iibryn, this is including Spit, take a total of 7 damage.
Holy crap.
7 poison damage if it affects anybody's resistances or anything.
Sleeping.
7.
Holy shit.
It is enough that it physically knocks Spit unconscious.
Oh my god.
Well, I'm glad I got a good roll.
Spit!
So Iibryn just watches all these people just, whew, and Spit just
what
keel
happened?
over, and you're just like, what in the world just happened to me?
I want to do a medicine check and Spit to see if he's actually okay or not.
Yeah, okay.
Is he like, is he on the? Oh, damn.
It's gonna wake up
Doesn't matter.
speaking primordial.
You like check his pulse, and he's alive, but he's out.
Alright.
Nights in a row now.
I'm gonna use my healing hands ability and be like, you're gonna be okay, Spit.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. He like legit took damage. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, like
You like, it's like
you're gonna be alright.
My nose starts bleeding. Ah, Jesus.
it's like one of those machines like clear, and you just like
Yeah.
put your hand on him and like brings him back to consciousness. But he is loopier than normal. Probably more so than what he was at Terramalaine.
Is he like hyper loopy or mellow loopy?
He's like can't find my balance, just like trying to sit on a stool, loopy.
Really be stupid right now.
World spin round.
No, don't spin.
Spit.
Please don't.
Spit what? Spit. And he just like, you can feel like he like belches. He's like, spit gum puke.
Okay, I push his swamp water, his stall water away. I'm like, round of water, please. Scrimshax, please, Scrimshax.
Is what's his name still hanging out over by us, watching us do this shot?
Scramsax?
Yeah.
Yeah, Scramsax is like, he watched everybody do it, and the reaction everybody had, but as everybody was looking at Spit, you see that there are more shot glasses filled with the beverage as he's like collecting gold before he goes and gets some water for Spit.
Why is there more?
I look at him.
I downed one.
Yeah, I would say yeah.
I don't
Definitely.
hesitate.
No, like I'm not gonna necessarily hesitate. Can I second wind?
You gotta use.
You know what? I
That's the
will allow
perfect
it.
use of it. I fucking
Sleep
love it.
anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Oops.
Can I-
know-
hold on. I gotta.
I'm gonna cast enhance ability on myself before I take the shot.
Ooh, perfect use for enhanceability too.
And we use the bear's endurance, so I get advantage on Constitution checks.
Okay.
And you get the temp HP. It looks like, right?
Yeah. So 2d6.
All right. Yep.
Okay.
We're going back to
All right. So if you are anybody else who is taking the second round of shots, Bictune, you feel yourself like regain your composure as you like take that moment in time, regulate your breathing a little bit. You feel you're able to suppress the like the power of the like the muscles that are acting negatively from that alcohol.
I just kind of like go like it.
Like psych yourself up.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
And anybody who's taking another shot, again, another private GM roll for me. Constitution check, Aethros with advantage because of Bear's endurance.
Yeah.
I make sure Spit doesn't get this next one.
Oh,
If he's on the floor. If he's on the floor, I'm like, yeah.
He's like curled up like together. His head's like leaning against the counter. He's not feeling good.
Oh.
I put a bucket near Spit, and I take my shot. And I'm gonna.
How do you do a private one?
So on the bottom,
Oh,
by like the
yeah.
text, yeah, there's like a drop down menu. You change it from public roll to a private GM roll.
Yeah, I'm gonna guide myself. I get advantage.
Con save
I got
throw.
this. I'm a champ.
Yeah, I'm gonna give myself guidance. Okay, all right.
I'm hoping I pass this one. If I don't, I'm gonna be concerned.
It doesn't burn the second.
Check or a throw?
It's a check.
It burns a little less the second time you do it.
Okay.
This
This is the best. Just putting it out there.
It tastes like arcane battery acid.
So, hold on, I gotta make sure I don't contradict my rules from earlier. Okay, so as everybody takes the second round of shots, those of you who are healing over, like feeling it before, you're not really too worried about it. As Iibryn, you finally understand why they weren't feeling too good. Let me see how much damage you take.
You were gonna think of no private channel. I was like, oh no.
I knew I shouldn't have done the second one.
It tastes like
Doing good.
it tastes like Charlotte in my taste. It tastes like what I imagined Charlotte would taste like.
Iibryn, you take 1 singular damage.
Mama
Poison
Bear
damage.
is coming in strong tonight.
As the power of the alcohol, it hits you in the chest, but you're like, I've felt worse. But you finally understand why they were hurting before, why maybe Spit fell off backwards off of his stool.
Licorice and lemon.
As everybody's this time around feeling okay, but still feeling tipsy from the drink before. You look down at the counter, and he's poured another round of shots.
Oh.
Why are you still doing it?
Yep, I'm
Someone-
going for it.
Yeah.
Someone
oh, yeah.
keeps supplying me the gold, and I'm not
Who
going to
is-
turn down money.
Who is? I make a perception check with disadvantage. Who is putting gold on
Go
the
for
table?
it.
It's probably just him putting the same gold down. Just watching us suffer.
Can I give myself steady aim?
Now I'm
Go
curious.
to you. Stop it! I have to do writing tonight. Somebody pay for this. Okay.
Are you trying to
Uh,
attack someone?
No, I just want. It's for a standard roll. I just trying to see if I can have it for my ability check.
On the next attack roll.
Oh, okay.
Can I send you a private roll to see if I can do something?
I will allow it. Anybody
Okay.
else who's taken the third round, please send me your rolls.
Yeah, mine
Got it.
already went through.
Yep, I see yours.
Yeah.
I got Iibryn's.
I don't regret it.
I'll take that. So I'm trying, if this is a success on my end, I'm trying to put this like in a like fill up my vial. Just fill up the next vial.
Okay.
I imagine.
I would say your shot, you would be able to pour it in there. It takes a lot of mental effort on your end, but you are able to successfully pour that shot into your vial. As the other 4 of you, the only one who really feels the power of that last one is Bictune. You feel another pounding in your chest. And you take 3 poison damage.
That's Ethan.
As he empties, as like his bottle is now empty from all the shots that he poured.
What?
Another one.
No.
And as
Give me more.
And as the party continues to drink away their sorrows and the troubles that they have had on the travels between Termalaine and Brynchander.
Iibryn, you took a 3rd one?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
I was the one buying them.
I think that's where we're.
Yeah.
That's where we're gonna end it for
figured
tonight.
that's what was happening.
You were Aethros.
He was a sneaky boy.
Yes, he was. Oh, that was solid. This was solid.
I figured that'd be a good way to end the night.
I
I
feel
was gonna
like-
keep going. I was gonna do a 4th round if a lot of us were about to get knocked out, but no one was still taking damage. So I'm like, all right.
The damage was on the party's side on that one.
I critted that second roll.
Oh yeah, me too. I got a 26 overall.
Mine significantly got better from the 2 I started with.
First one, terrible. Second one, not so bad.
Before people leave for the night, just change your private GM roll thing back to public so we don't forget for next time. So that way we can all enjoy things the way we're supposed to. I don't know why it doesn't pull for Aethros and Ona. I'm going to have to see if there's something wrong there. But I'm supposed to just be able to highlight and then request rolls from whoever I want to. And for some reason, it doesn't send it through to you two, so that's just freaking weird.
I think it worked once before. But I don't
Yeah,
know
you were
what
sending
changed.
me a check earlier and it worked. I wonder if it's like when you group or cluster us all together. Ooh, excuse me.
Did you get it this time?
No, I don't see anything.
Nope, don't see anything.
I sent it to only Ono that time. Let me
Oh.
see if it works for Aethro.
Nothing.
Not seeing anything yet.
That's so weird. I don't know. I'll have to see if I can dabble with that. Otherwise, I'll just request it anyway. It'll be fine. It'll be fine.
It'll be alright.
It might just need to update or something. All right. How is everybody feeling for? Oh, I know. Is it Nick and Emily? You guys may not be here next week.
I mean, regardless, I think I'll play, but it's just one of she's too tired.
Yeah.
Okay. Does anybody else have any scheduling conflicts for next week?
I do
No.
believe so.
No.